introducing their opponents. On the orange side, representing MENA, champions of the Rally Major, looking for the region's 4th RLCS Grand Final appearance, they are Team Falcons!
And it's the greatest offense in RLCS history going up against this blue wall. Can they do it again in this tournament alone? #1 in goals per game, but the K-Corp defense is also #1. So battle of offense versus defense. We'll see how it fares, but Raleigh Major, they got the job done.
Yeah, I mean, we saw what Carmine Corp could put up with their defense earlier on, and their offense really stood the test of time too. They went through the ultimates, and the Falcons, they've got a lot more offense, I think, that they can push forward. They won that grand final in Raleigh in incredibly dominant fashion. Both of these teams, our 2 grand finalists, both taking down their opponents in flawless fashion, and they meet here in the semis.
That if you're a new viewer and you're like, this is deja vu, no, that is twins on the same team. 2 of the best players in the world, Roas and Killers, matched up with TRK, a 3-time MENA MVP. The Falcons finally got over that grand finals curse. They want to get back there and win it all.
Listen, and you heard the boos coming here. They are public enemy #1. I don't know why Carmen are saying we're enemies, because Falcons are the enemies, but in saying that, though, there's so much respect, even given by these Prince fans, because the boos, they don't sound hostile enough. They have to even like, we want you to lose because you're in our way. You're the #1 threat. But at the same time, we respect your game, and we know what you can bring to the table. It's going to take an absolutely class performance from Carmine Corp in order to get the job done.
And this feels like a grand finals because it truly is. It's power ranked team #1 versus power ranked team #2. And even in this tournament, Falcons again, #1 offense. Who's #2? K-Corp. And K-Corp, #1 defense. Who's #2?
Falcons.
Falcons. These are the 2 best teams in the tournament going head-to-head for a grand finals appearance.
See the head-to-head here between Killers and Vatira, players that we listed Vatira as a MVP nominee earlier. Killers easily could be a part of that conversation.
He was on there too.
It was on there too.
Killers was also on there.
But no, Killers, the 2 MVP nominees, 2 leaders on their teams. But and it's only, the crazy part is, Bates, that it's only by a small margin. There are other 2 players on the team right behind them.
I mean, you could give the MVP to any one of these players at any given on any given Sunday. It's all about who steps up. They're MVPs. We have Killers and Vatira right now, but after this series, they can change it to Dry, Atto. You can give it over to Asa, TRK. All 6 of these players, world-class, top 10 in the game. That's what I'm playing at this stage.
But there's one question mark for Falcons. Yes, they are the Raleigh Major champions. They didn't have to go through K-Corp in front of the crowd. They did not play them at all. K-Corp bottomed out of that tournament. K-Corp has been here before. They have beaten Falcons before, back in EWC just 3 weeks ago. Took them down in this top 4 round. So, can Falcons finally take down K-Corp?
I mean, they've got also all those fans behind them. In their peripheral vision, both Carmine Corp and Falcons will see the lights from the flashlights on people's phones. They'll see the flags, they'll feel the chant, they'll feel the bass on the stage. So far, KC have been unbeatable in the arena, and it's going to be hard to break through.
If for whatever reason you're tuning in to RLCS for the first time ever, let me tell you about the matchup. Carmine Corp, they do it via offense. They are so suffocating. They hit you, and you have to deal with them. But the Falcons have one of the best counterattacks, and they're just deadly as well. When Killers is up in the sky, when he's going for his double touches, you got to be careful.
And that is the difference. We see Falcons go high in the sky to make a pass or a shot. We'll see K-Corp go high in the sky to then go for the aerial bump or fake. We'll see if Falcons can also include those fakes to see if that helps them. But it's interesting because this crowd is the X factor. K-Corp has been in front of them 3 times. Falcons only once, and that was when they played wildcard.
And in fact, Carmine Corp has yet to lose here. How do Carmine Corp deal with the speed of Falcons?
That's going to be the whole question, is that midfield challenge game. Don't give either of these teams space, because both these teams, obviously, the 2 best offenses, they'll make you pay.
Chat, let us know who you think's going to win. We're going to make our picks on the desk. Stumpy, what you got?
I've just got a quick question for you guys. What's the color of my suit, Gibbs? What's the color of this suit?
Is that blue?
Yeah, what's the color?
Blue.
What is the color?
Blue.
Blue. Blue.
Everybody, give me K-Corp on the desk. We see them go through to the grand final.
So Falcons are my favorite team in Rocket League history, I would say.
Really? Wow.
But there's an X factor. There's this crowd. There's this energy
You're going
around
against
K-Corp.
Falcons. You were going against Falcons.
There is Vatira, who's been waiting for a world champion title.
He's going against
and he
Falcons.
waited for the perfect time. It's going to be K-Corp all the way, winning this match.
Really? Listen,
Okay.
I don't have much to say. I'm actually in shock. I could have sworn you would have won Falcons. These are the two best teams in the game. They're absolutely here. They deserve to be here at this moment. This is one of the main events of Rocket League, but only one team can come out on top. And I got to still rep them. Give me like blue ones.
Here's a crazy part. I feel like they have broken the desk curse. Every time we've gone fully Karmine Corp, it has not mattered how the rest of us have gone up here. And also, they have played twice this season. Once in EWC, once in Birmingham. Karmine Corp won both times. Didn't even go to Champions Field. Give me Karmine Corp to advance to the grand finals and have a shot at the world title. Oh man, we're so close.
I want to know what that coin's
What does the
thinking.
coin feel about it?
What's that thinking?
Everyone's been wondering. Coin's been having a bad day. But we don't care. All we care is that it comes up blue, right? Here it goes. Oh, it's going to come up for the Karmine. It's going to come up for the Falcons on that one. That's good for them, though, because the Coin's been having a bad day.
Corner hasn't been having a bad day, but listen, Leon's got to pick up the energy right now. They're a little timid. I heard louder from Monson yesterday, and they want to really give the Karmine Corp fans the energy. They're going to have to start getting really loud.
They're definitely not as confident in any of the other matches they have played. They know Falcons are the team that could take them down.
They are fan favorites in the building, fan favorites in chat. It's been that way all day. Can Karmine Corp continue to prove them right? I hope you're ready, Rocket League fans. I hope you got your snacks. I hope you put your seatbelt on, because this is what you come to a world championship for. The final boss, continuing to walk through every challenger put in their way versus the deadliest squadron to fly these championship skies. It's gonna be fast, it's gonna be vicious, it's gonna demand the most intense precision from the gladiators in the arena. Rocket League fans around the world, bear witness to Falcon versus Karmine Corp.
It's the Battle of Champions, a star-studded cast in the semifinals.
If you're a competitor, you live for moments like this, Jorby. A stage like this.
Karmine Corp started earlier today. This whole crowd cheering them on the whole way. Falcons, public enemy number one. Well, you heard the desk talk about it, James. 1A, 1B. That's what these two teams are. In EWC, Falcons could not take down K-Corp in home territory. Will the story be different this time?
But on the flip side, we saw Vatira on Team France, FIFA E be taken out by these very same players on Team Falcons. But Trolley is the one to strike first.
That didn't take too long. Ross with no boost, the demo opens up the back of the net, making it easy for Trolley. And K-Corp start early.
And it's been Trolley who's been the kryptonite for Team Falcons. He was on that Team BDS roster that defeated Team Falcons at this very same point in the World Championship last year. Is Trolley the answer for K-Corp?
We have really never seen a run like Trolley has had over the last year plus. The winner of 4 of the last 5 lands, not even with the same roster. Certainly been an incredible journey for him. And a great start so far for K-Corp. Had control of the midfield, the ball was kicked away. TRK,
Up attempt. That was well dodged by Drawley. He does get stopped by Rawas. You can see the attack shaping up now for Team Falcons.
Next up, TRK. Killers down the midfield line. Trolley and Vatira waits for it. Very slow start to this game. Measured approach by both teams. Hang on. Nato couldn't quite get TRK out of the way. Hot shot easily denied by Rawas.
The pressure. K-Corp, they have the advantage so far. The slim chances that Team Falcons have had, they've shut down quickly, but even there, you see Vatira, such a good 50. Rawas will try to turn to make something happen, and oh, hold on. He's faking out the defense, but Atto, he comes in to save the day.
We've seen him do 1v3s like that before. Counterattack. Demo in the sky.
has the boost to avoid Vatira. Falcons will survive that transition, but they can't really get anything set up on offense right now.
Still very early. You look to Killers. He was #1 in scoring, and not only #1 in scoring, Jorby, but shooting a staggering 40%.
Nice little pinch from Atto. Has been really a feeler game. Hey, Court, the first free touch. Killers had the first clear. No one's back in net. Off the ball. Nothing here for K-Corp.
Vatira coming within centimeters, getting a good skim touch on that. You can hear it clang off the bar. K-Corp let Team Falcons back in. It's an opportunity to get an insurance goal, but against Team Falcons, it won't be that easy.
Roas can't avoid Vatira. Ooh, Killers decides to take it with the threat of a bump on the way. Atto gets in the way. Roas. It's got to touch. Drawley's already in the air.
Oh, Drawley doing so good to shut that play down. Vatira was being harassed on the back line. Drawley is that player you put your faith in, looking to go back to back as a world champion.
Falcons still, they keep getting pushed back over to the corner. They do not have as much time behind the ball right now. Atto, quick shot. Drawley tried to dunk. Not successful. Vatira first 50, second 50. Back to Atto. Slows it down. The shot denied by Roland.
You like the idea from Atto there, the light touch, trying to throw off the defense by going to that far post, but the adjustment was there. Team Falcons and K-Corp, when they match up, usually it's a shootout, usually a high-scoring affair, but so far this single goal for K-Corp is enough.
They've done this before. They can hold on defense for this last minute 15. As Drawley doesn't get the boost steal. Roas gets it. Hits the 50. That buys some much-needed time for Falcons to get set up. Roas getting it done himself. 50 goes right back. TRK pass, but Killers was a little far back.
Oh, there's the
They got caught out. Goal for K-Corp.
A demo on the third man. Killers the only hope for Team Falcons, and he's taken off the pitch.
And he was waiting for TRK's pass. You saw him inching forward, and TRK's pass was nowhere near him. Opened him up to get deleted.
That's the risk of making a weak shot on target. You set up a counterattack for your opponents, and K-Corp missing a beat.
Oh, they're doubled up because K-Corp are getting Falcons alive right now.
Oh, multi-round double. Yeah, I was asking myself a question, Jorby. How much is home field advantage worth? I think we might be getting our answer in game one.
The crowd are answering it. K-Corp are answering it on the field. 38 seconds, 3 goals for K-Corp. Picking up right where they left off earlier today. And man, what a story for both of these teams. Both winning a major each. And K-Corp coming back to France, coming back home at the World Championship, and putting on a 3-spot, 4-spot. Yes, sir!
The Blue Wall are not slowing down.
Now what do you do if you're Falcons? You've not possessed this ball at all this game. K-Corp have wrenched it away from you. The most Falcons have been able to do is, keep it in their own half for a little bit. Vatira wants a 5th goal. And we saw it yesterday, James. K-Corp, they don't care how much they're up. They're going to try to score for 0 seconds. They're going to pop it up. They want to put a show on for the fans here at home. Game 1, certainly a great start here. Falcons have to respond.
It was Drawley who opened the score sheet for Karmine Corp. Drawley, the player that K-Corp brought in for one reason, and one reason only, Jorby, and it's to win it all. He produced this game for K-Corp, and game 1 was a statement.
One of the most insane runs over the course of the year, and he's still producing MVP performance in game number 1. 1 goal off of 3 shots and 2 assists. Involved in almost everything. He's all over the place right now.
Well, you know, they say fear is contagious, but Jorby, it also feels like belief is as well. And when you get to this point at the World Championship, you have to believe that not only are you a great player, up there with the best, but you can win it all with all the pressure, when it all matters. And seeing Drawley play out there, it feels like the belief that Drawley has in himself and his team is contagious. It is spreading, and the blue wall, they look unstoppable at this moment. Team Falcons have a lot to prove in Game 2.
Starting to feel a little bit like Birmingham. Remember their playoff run? They made quick work of every team that they faced. It didn't matter what level that team was playing at beforehand. They all look the same underneath the blue wall. Atto gets stopped by TRK. Drawley forces it, no boost. Forced to retreat. Vatira will have to buy a little time. And maybe just score when it's just high. Roas gets there. Atto. Nothing there. He gets deleted. Falcons have to find a way to put together a possession. They can't get K-Corp off the ball.
Now, where is this #1 offense? Right now, it's all K-Corp. Team Falcons do have a little bit of space, but even there, Drawley's got no boost. Dives in and gets an effective challenge. Vatira keeping it in.
That's just confidence. You know that you're playing better. You know, you said it, belief. And it's shown in the car language right now for K-Corp. Falcons can't even hang on to the ball. Killers does get a little bit of it, but it's lost. And K-Corp are in the perfect position. Atto just can't find the target. TRK no boost, wins 150.
Great 50.
The Killers! Falcons score their first!
That was a wonderful 50 from TRK. He knows he has support to his left. Perfect 50 out right on the nose of Killers, who has been the tip of the spear of the Team Falcons offense, and comes up big with that goal.
And it comes on the ground, where they have not won in the air at all in these first 6 or 7 minutes, James.
And usually when you see Team Falcons, especially against Team Wildcard, they're playing fast, they're getting up in the air, they're hitting the ball off the corner, going for those fakes off the corner, off the backboard, getting the defense uncomfortable, but we've really not seen K-Corp forced back to play much defense. Even on that play, they didn't even get back in time to play defense.
Even against Wildcard, Falcons were only scoring 1 goal a game for the majority of the series. So this offense, and then you run into this here on K-Corp, you start well. Can you start building momentum here? The quieter you can make the crowd, the better your chances of switching the energy in your favor. Roas using those chain dashes and a little bit of boost he had, but he can't get a hold of the ball. Drawley's got the boost. Atto on the wing. Killers got forced up. Vatira catches it, and Falcons are all stacked up there.
Yeah, you saw multiple Team Falcons defenders stacked. They're so awkward now. You can even see TRK having to go for that ball from a backwards position. Killers, not much boost left to get the touch, and not the best touch from Atto. Now, this will give an opportunity for Roas.
Drawley doesn't have any boost. It has to be Vatira. Vatira, follow-up. Killers actually hit the brakes. TRK was on the wing, but wasn't in position to take the 50. Now Atto takes the 50. Drawley, one touch. Oh, Drawley! Oh, my God!
Another perfect 50 sets up the goal. No flip 50. Drawley swoops in without missing a single second.
I mean, you can't just make a legend up, you forge it. Drawley is ridiculous. Atto sets him up again here on the kickoff. And now it's K-Corp playing that ground game as well on the 50s. Vatira getting harassed by Roas on the backside, giving a little bit of space here for Falcons. Killers has the touch against Vatira. TRK on the wing. We saw Atto coming in quickly, not letting the pass develop.
Roas called off by TRK. Tries to get it up and over Drawley, who sends it right back down. Oh, it's a little greedy from Roas, but it does find its way back to Killers, who finds Roas, and now TRK! The net was open, and he couldn't hit the mark!
You will never see a net more open at any point. K-Corp will likely never give you that look again, and they get away with it. TRK, who's usually so good at punishing those opportunities, the 3-time MENA MVP, couldn't put it away. Killers might find a way through, though, as Drawley with a full tank, looking for safety. Roas gets faked out by Drawley, who's in his head right now.
Vatira will boom it towards net. TRK has to go for it. Well placed clear by K-Corp. Really nice pop by Roas, who's doing work on low boost, but Killers comes in and actually accidentally bumped his brother.
What's the plan there? Falcons, a little off. Is it the energy in the stadium? Yesterday, the struggles against Wildcard, when the crowd went completely against them as well. Is that affecting this approach? Is that affecting the best offense in the RLCS?
Under a minute left to go. Roas couldn't get it cleanly over the defense, but a clear is stopped by TRK. Team Falcons starting to inch up, but Atto flicks this past the halfway line. Atto again, reset. Back down to the ground, and it kicks off his car, but Vatira's right there.
He was able to scoop it. TRK forced to dump it. It's not the greatest touch, though. Atto, barely any boost, and he just puts it away. Even when it was uncomfortable there for K-Corp, they find the right touch. They find the optimal one. That one wasn't optimal, but they whipped. TRK going through. Still everyone from K-Corp posted. Goal for Killers!
Saw that the blue wall was awkward on defense. TRK getting up high, Drawley not able to get the clear. TRK doing so well there, and even there was a fake as well that set up the play earlier. Team Falcons, they come up big late in the game.
Yeah, the fake from Roas that forced everybody up the back wall. Now Drawley gives it right back. Vatira doubles one. Alto, no boost shot, but it's a bouncer. Drawley!
TRK dove in. Killers hit it away from him. No clear comes out, and K-Corp capitalize.
Responding again, Falcons. They had a good push, but K-Corp always got another trick in the pocket. Drawley pulls it back to Vatira. They want to end that one in regulation. Drawley with no boost. Oh, actually, that's a pass to Atto. Atto fake. Vatira, a little too heavy. We got OT.
Overtime. Golden goal game 2.
Falcons, best look that they've had so far. K-Corp, they've been a little awkward on defense. Drawley also a little antsy when he gets on offense. We've seen him double commit a couple times on the other side.
But on the flip side, we also saw the double commit on the goal line in the final seconds that let K-Corp back into this. It's clear that both teams are feeling the pressure. The nerves are starting to show.
Falcons, all that said and done, you're only as good as your next 50. Take the boost, nobody takes the ball. TRK back pass, Killers gets bumped out of the way. Atto, no boost, and challenged anyway. Drawley, heavy touch, did his best to recover. This is looking dangerous right now. K-Corp don't really have a great handle here on offense. They keep getting bumped, and the touches, there's too much space between K-Corp, attackers, defenders, wherever they are on the field. Atto on the ground will get a 50.
Vatira there to quickly help out, trying to keep that ball close to him. Clear up the gut. Drawley's there. Does he have enough boost to do anything? Ran out. So did Atto. This is a counterattack opportunity, but you see Team Falcons also low on boost. Everybody running on fumes. K-Corp does get boosted up. The clear attempt stopped by Atto.
Killer's got a full tank. It's got to be him. The fake from Drawley.
Vatira.
He leaves it. Vatira's the whole way back. He sees Roas. Great vision.
Oh.
Now he's got to defend the shot. Roas with no boost. Can't quite punish. It's awkward. TRK not going to get any good rebound here from Atto, but a very uncomfortable position for a second there. K-Corp still can't get the ball. Falcons starting to heat up. TRK just high.
Another opportunity. Killers goes for a double, and it's cleared out by K-Corp. They're barely surviving, Jorby.
Still, Roas is finding a way to get back to the ball. K-Corp needed that clear. The Falcons are maintaining possession. Roas has no boost. The midfield got stolen from him, and the corner. TRK no touch. Killers forced to run back.
A little bit of an awkward touch, but Killers, well, he does end up getting 50'd off the corner. Roas trying to double this, staying on it, buying lots of time, but does give away possession.
Oh, Drawley, I think he was hoping for Atto to back him up there, but he couldn't connect. K-Corp, quick out. That forces Roas back.
That was such a huge win in the corner. Had that 50 been lost, K-Corp would have been in trouble. Team Falcons are surging in this overtime.
Another one here for TRK. Saved his flip, trying to get another 50. Killers narrowly avoids the demo. Drawley another clear, but Falcons now have been holding possession all overtime.
TRK, Matera on the wall, shot back post, and it's saved by Drolley.
Rojas is not quite done. Around the corner, wants the boost, he's got it, Drolley. He chips around though, Killers misses the 50. Atto, hard hit, and he makes one miss. But no one from K-Corp is ready for the follow-up. Double tap is wide. Oh, Atto, awkward. It's just high of the net. Nobody from K-Corp is there. Atto out of the top of the net. Another high. K-Corp surviving on fumes. It's a barrage. TRK, there's no opening. Pops it up high, there's still no boost for KC.
Team Falcons, shot after shot after shot. K-Corp saving it by the skin of their teeth. But how long can they do this?
Oh, shot underneath. What a save. Are you kidding, Matera? Another one. Atto. It's a double side flip here from K-Corp. And somehow they survive for now. But Falcons are flying. Falcons are scoring!
Team Falcons are soaring now. Rojas plays the 50, forces that into the net. It felt like it was just a matter of time with how many opportunities Team Falcons were generating.
Well, it was never gonna be easy when the two best teams in the RLCS meet up, huh? Falcons, what a return to form there, especially that overtime, James. Trolley responded with a huge goal to tie the game up. And then that overtime was all Falcons. Possessing, getting the bumps, creating space, and getting the job done. Despite K-Corp with desperate defense, keeping them out for multiple minutes.
And that's on top of Team Falcons missing on a few opportunities as well. So that shows you how powerful this Team Falcons offense can be. It was non-existent in game one. Maybe, you know, there was some butterflies that Team Falcons had to get rid of because game one, you know, it was all K-Corp, all K-Corp. Team Falcons, nowhere to be found, but this game, we finally got to see how K-Corp handles that pressure on defense, and, you know, Team Falcons, they really took it to them. That was another impressive game from Killers, but even Rojas, that last play, to be able to have the presence of mind, not just to dive in, but play it slow, go for the 50, force that ball in. Perfect call.
Falcons have put a dent in the decibels here, but the K-Corp crowd are trying to inch it back up. TRK looking for a quick 50 in the air. Falcons want to start right where things left off at the end of game two. Killers went back. Matera ready for now. Trolley, he slips it. Ross, diving stop.
The hammer save from Rojas. Came right down on that ball. Another shot. TRK back in time to get that save.
Enough for Trolley to get that midfield boost and steal this ball away. He's got Matera on his left. Dropped it for the 50, but Atto was ready for it. Left side, Killers right in front of the ball. Matera will buy plenty of time. Ross and Killers both on the backboard. Trolley steals Ross's boost and now bumps Killers out of the way. Trolley doing a lot of work. Another demo. Double Trolley and Atto combined.
Back-to-back demos for K-Corp. Right into a dish.
Oh, and Trolley was so critical. He not only steals the boost, Rojas is left with nothing, then he bumps Clears, puts him in position to get demoed, another demo, and Atto has an easy path to the goal, but all set up from Trolley. Now a little give and go, as Killers, no boost, couldn't get it by Atto. Rojas fakes the first touch, puts it underneath the Killers. Trolley forces that 50, and Matera will have a free ball in the midfield, takes the space given. 50 underneath, Atto, lurking, wants the bump, not gonna get it, TRK was there.
I like the play, but Team Falcons sniffed it out. They knew that bump was coming. K-Corp, they needed that stabilizing goal, back in the lead once more. Another opportunity. Atto going for a pitch pass off the backboard, but Matera lays off.
Good possession so far as well, Trolley wins another touch. Rojas forced to go quickly, TRK also a little starved. Rojas is on small pads. Killers is low. That's a shot. It's too light. Rojas has a full tank.
It was light, but it made things awkward for Team Falcons. Rojas with a heavy clear out, though, will let Falcons reset.
K-Corp have to avoid bumps every time they try to push forward. Falcons are almost running into each other here. TRK has to pirouette 180. Killers underneath on the 50. This is the most ground
Pick
play.
up as well.
And we've seen Atto pop happy that there wasn't anything ridiculous that he had to save there.
But a smothering attack, shaking up for K-Corp. The backward defended by Killers, but this looks like overtime flipped on its head.
Whoa.
Where Team Falcons had all the pressure. Now K-Corp has Team Falcons all the way out the back line. Rebound saved!
Falcons find ways to keep the ball out of the net. TRK protects his own boost. Drawley, not gonna get the 50. Atto will be forced back. Vatira misses his boost. TRK will get it.
Got the boost steal as well, TRK. Gonna get out of dodge now, Rawas. Back to a 50, into the corner. Vatira, no boost, won't get there in time. Does get some help from Drawley. K-Corp have made it out of their half.
Atto waiting to see when Roth gives it up. That touch from Killers almost killed that push, but they do a great job shuffling the rotation to the opposite side. Falcons will push back immediately. Good recognition of space. Decent so far. It's a free ball. Killers avoids one. Forced to the corner. Vatira's getting caught by Roth. The shot's too weak, and Vatira recovers.
And that's the trademark Team Falcons play, the fake off the corner. K-Corp have seen that many times. Didn't fall for it that time.
Atto, just a pot shot. He wants that boost. He'll get it. Drawley was hoping for a play his way, but Atto retains possession for K-Corp. Looking for Vatira somewhere. Vatira picks his moment, but Roas is waiting for him. Vatira still keeps behind the ball. Demo for Killers. Vatira, a little awkward, but saves his dodge and forces it through to you, so Falcons stack up there. Full belief that they had that goal.
And the pass across, it was a good idea, but TRK was a little too far away, but somehow Rawas is able to thread through the K-Corp defense.
Well, this was yo-yoing laterally, and it bounces perfect. That bounce off the corner, perfectly out into space. Vatira had no boost. There was nothing he could do.
And that was the big problem for K-Corp. There were no boosts, sitting on the back wall. No one was able to get up there, get out there and challenge. And that let Team Falcons back in this game.
K-Corp have not had the kind of pressure that we saw in game one. That onslaught is, well, almost turned right into Falcons' favor. K-Corp still finding a way to pick up those saves. TRK back down. And life is really difficult right now for Karmine Corp. Drawley uses a lot of boost downfield, but he's not going to get by Roas. Killers pop up again here from the midfield. Pass, shot, goal!
No hesitation from Killers. A beautiful first touch. And instead of taking it for a solo play, immediately goes for the pass. So quickly the defense had no time to adjust.
After all of that boost starving, K-Corp get down the field. They try to set up, and Rawas gets another perfect 50 out to Killers to set all of that up. How often, so often, it comes down to your first 50-50. Pass is denied here. Killers will pop it up and keep things in blue territory.
Team Falcons gave up a late lead before.
Rawas doesn't seem like he wants to. Forced out, Killers takes the boost and steals the ball. Excellent game management here at the end of regulation, but the ball still needs to touch the ground, and it will not. Vatira finally killed to the ground. Falcons have taken the lead in the series.
Team Falcons, the offense is awake now. And it felt like they had a slow start this game, but then near the end, kicked it into a different gear, Jorby.
And they just never let go of the ball again. I think if you really wanted to think about possession, in terms of how often there was Falcons controlling the pace of the game, 4 minutes, 4.5 minutes, there was only a couple of opportunities. Great play there.
And what a series Killers is having so far as well. That first touch was so good on the sidewall, and also to have the presence of mind. Everyone knows Killers is having a crazy tournament. #1 in scoring right now, top of the charts in shooting percentage. He knew immediately, as soon as that first touch came through, and it was perfect, maybe even before that he was going to be passing to TRK. He made that decision so quickly, catching the defense off guard, and it was a great finish by TRK as well. Team Falcons are fearless, and you have to be. You have to be brave if you're Team Falcons, pioneers, because at the beginning of this year, Jorby, no other region other than EU and North America had ever won a major. Team Falcons made history.
And They had gotten so close before, too, making it the whole way to the grand finals back in London when Moist won that tournament. It was a bit of a different roster, but TRK was on that roster. And finally getting the win this season, getting multiple Rocket League Land wins. They want the World Championship. But we're going to take a pause real quick. I love baiting the crowd and the chat.
Well, we've got a little bit of a break here as we figure out what that issue is. We appreciate everyone's patience at home. And you wonder if this might actually help out K-Corp a little bit. Because after game one, it looked like this was their series. It looked like they were going to be on a roll, but Team Falcons, they bounced back, got rid of those jitters, and offensively, they have been smothering K-Corp's defense, who's been caught in low boost multiple times. You saw that first goal that Team Falcons were able to put in. It wasn't a crazy pass. You know, if you have any sort of boost, you could have tapped that out to the corner safely, but the player who needed to go for the ball, zero boost, on the back wall, low boost, in net. No one could get up. Team Falcons have been starving K-Corp at those key times.
It's so tough. It's so tough on defense because you not only have to manage where the ball's going, how you're managing the ball, but that makes it so easy for an offense to take the boost. So when you're under that much pressure, if you're K-Corp, how do you prioritize the boost and the ball? The burning question of Rocket League of all time.
Kickoff going the way of Team Falcons there. K-Corp known for their kickoffs, but it's Team Falcons who make it work.
Nobody's ready for this for K-Corp. Vatira racing back, Atto stays flat. Maybe a miscommunication?
Yeah, it must have been because you saw Atto, he's in a spot, maybe thinking Vatira was gonna go. They probably both thought the other player had it.
That is not a mistake you want to make in a World Championship semifinal in front of this crowd. K-Corp need to pull something out right now. As Falcons have not only stunted their offense and crushed their defense, but they've also silenced this crowd. TRK won't stop rolling!
Fitting that Charlie might be the one to get him back into it. Vatira, the shot on target, forcing the rebound. You can see Killers racing in, trying to get that demo from behind. But Drawley's been speedy, and he steadies the ship for K-Corp.
It's been a little bit since K-Corp were able to find Falcons' net. Sometimes that's all it takes to open the floodgates. Drawley racing, but he's not going to catch TRK. TRK back up. Atto 50, but it's Killers just high. And Drawley actually kicks it away. That made Vatira awkward. And again, little things are plaguing K-Corp right now on their transitions. Drawley will get a big clear downfield with Atto getting a slight bump. That helps knock Killers off his line. This will buy a little time for K-Corp to get set up. Roas gets demoed! Killers stops it through the smoke!
How did he see? Does he have X-ray vision?
He just had belief. Drawley pushed out by TRK. Atto's missed the ball, but Killers doesn't have any boost. Vatira neither. And is forced back downfield. Drawley will make sure that TRK doesn't get a sniff of his boost. Drawley gets a chance downfield. Wants to chase it down, but he will not get it. Falcons return fire. Vatira makes the save.
Vatira, nice save there, making it look routine. Drawley not much boost to get up to 50 this, but the defense didn't know that. Roas still getting that mid boost.
That was an interesting little bump up to the ceiling there from Atto. Roas taking his space. Passes to the twin. Atto steals it. TRK gets in the way. A lot of free time.
No one's up.
Space. Drawley off the ceiling. Reset. No one's around. Tried to give it to Atto, but Killers wisely kept that up, kept it close. And Atto was forced the whole way back to the wall. Drawley gives him space.
Atto going for a 50. It went above TRK. Leaks out into the middle. Drawley will punch it up the gut.
Ross falls down quickly. Him and Killers kind of tie each other up. TRK buys up plenty of time. Killers races and gets the clear. Should it be a free ball for K-Corp, but Roas is hunting for it. Killers, TRK, Atto diving for the stop. And Vatira back out to the corner.
Had to save it off his own backboard. That can be risky if there's a shooter, but that was the only option. And it was enough to deny this attack. But Vatira misreads the touch, does get a 50 on it. Roas also bumped by Vatira.
Drawley just got bumped by Vatira again. Drawley gets bailed out by Atto, but there's no boost on KC. Atto has 2 boosts. Drawley has 6. Killers forces the 50, and Vatira has to play the ball. That means Killers gets it. Or did he have to play the ball? He would have maybe got demoed. Either way, it shows you the struggle K-Corp
Nicely executed by K-Corp. Can they get position with boost? That's the question.
K-Corp just holding on right now as Falcons continue to swoop down into the blue wall. Vatira has a chance off the bar. Killers wasn't there. Atto didn't want to take it. He didn't have boost. Free take it. Atto low. Atto 50. Roas falls down. Vatira, a little break check. Trolley sits underneath it. It's so awkward here. No boost. Trolley with the shovel. Vatira trying to clear the pavement as well, but Falcons are just stopping them. Here's one more for Atto. Two denied. Atto has the Trolley hit. It was off target. Another shot. High. Another shot. No, he's going to play it. He plays the ball, not the boost. That gives Roas a chance out.
Roas put that boost to work, found Killers, who booms it out. And Team Falcons somehow managed to keep their head above water.
Oh, I felt like that chance right there. K-Corp, there really wasn't much of an opening. But the best look they've had since their last goal. TRK, high pop. Vatira and Trolley work together. Keep the midfield. Trolley, touch, little awkward, and they keep it away from Atto.
Trolley can turn on this. Sees Atto in the middle, but Atto wraps around. Pinches it into the corner, low boost for Killers.
Roas full tank. Roas has been unbeatable on these 50s lately, but that's a free ball. Vatira!
This is a Vatira legacy moment. A Vatira legacy season. He's won majors, but the one that matters is the World Championship title.
They gotta hold on to this lead.
Vatira with a huge contribution towards that effort.
Here comes TRK. Reset underneath. Vatira gets in the way again. What a defensive performance. What an offensive performance in game number 4. As Trolley denied by TRK. All I gotta do is hold the lead. At 0, put it on the ground. Roas in the air. Deep pass. TRK couldn't go. It drops. K-Corp tie the series.
A tug of war between two titans. The back and forth has been something to behold. K-Corp, after game 1, looked like maybe that fear was starting to creep in.
5 seconds in, Falcons scored a goal. They thought, okay, more of the same, despite that slight little break they got, that slight little moment, and that shot from Vatira on the counter. They were still facing a lot of the same issues in that game, James. Low boost opportunities that Falcons could not capitalize on, and Vatira was on top of them. He only gets credited for 2 saves, but there were a couple in there where he's stopping them on 50s on the ground, not letting them in. The Falcons' credit, they were doing a lot of the same. It took one solid transition, one solid passing play to break it open.
Oh, and I mean, the back and forth has been crazy. I've seen Falcons have been caught low boost. K-Corp, though, has, there was that one point you called out 8 boosts across the whole team, trying to keep Team Falcons out. And even when they're on low boost, to be able to have that breakout, like a low boost pass over to Trolley, who's on the wall with no boost at all, still able to bang that ball out and get some breathing room for K-Corp. So they're starting to be able to handle that boost starvation in those critical moments and help put K-Corp over the top.
If you were hoping for the match to live up to number 1 versus number 2, I think you're getting exactly what you signed up for. As a diving stop, Trolley tried for the shot. He was thwarted on the attack. Atto quickly getting there, and he wins a massive 50. Lands, but can't get the ball. Maybe wanted to try a bump instead. He wasn't successful.
Killers tried to take it to the air with space. Trolley shut that down. Vatira not going to be able to deny the corner boost, goes for bumps instead.
Roas gets bumped. Trolley this time not even going to play the ball. Atto, flick, and 2 commit. TRK has no boost. It'll take him a second to recover. Killers will buy him some time, but how much? He might need too much. The pass is cut off immediately. Atto lets it go. Vatira, no boost. It's a ball, and downfield was Roas to help Falcons get back to the blue half. Pass Not even gonna connect.
Such a good idea from K-Corp, everything but that last shot. K-Corp, sure they're still happy with the way they're playing so far in Game 5.
Killers, all of his boost, holds the reset, but just denied, opens the gap for TRK.
How did Killers do this? Beat the defense. Gets down to the ground, saves his flip to the last second, and not only that, but TRK had a premonition of where that ball was going to be.
I mean, his boost hit 0 before he even got the reset. He approached it perfectly, James. You can't ask for much more here from Killers in this series. Trolley will kick it out to the side. K-Corp looking for a response. Reset. Looking to force it, and it is a free ball. Up high, Vatira leaves it, but Atto says, no way, I'm not going for that. He's not even gonna get the ball. Trolley tries to get there. Killers! Denied on the boat! Vatira can't get there! Ross! No! TRK! No!
I believe we witnessed a miracle, Jorby.
Well, the stars aligning. Well, I hope you checked your daily horoscope. Up high. Falcons not gonna get there. And Trolley gonna pop this up for Atto. Wow, nice block there as well from Vatira. Looks like Falcons were gonna win a 50. Killers does win one there. And forces K-Corp to boom it right back to their possession.
Huge 50 across. Killers back down to the ground, takes it to the opposite wall. The way Killers is playing, he's oozing with confidence.
Oh!
But there's the shot off the bar. It bounced off TRK's car as well.
He
Does he see the future?
He might. Vatira gonna get the catch. And whose eye sees farther, James? Well, K-Corp don't have a goal right now. And there's already 2 minutes left in the game. Atto drops it. Vatira 50, but nobody can go. Trolley has to protect the retreat. Ross getting harassed, but he'll steal the boost and avoid the demo.
That was huge, still getting that boost. You can see Vatira now trying to get some small pads, using everything for this hit. Goes for the arc, but it's boom, straight downfield. Killers will pop it up. Trolley, 29 boost, decides to just boom this out.
Killers hit the skimmer like that. Might as well write this game off, but he does not hit it this time. He's still behind it. Back over to Roas. Hot shot denied. Vatira uses the rest of the tank. And Trolley forced to punt it away again. And here we go where K-Corp are in punt mode.
Oh, and that's 2 going for K-Corp. TRK had some help from Awas trying to bump the last defender, but K-Corp again wiggle out of it.
Demo for Trolley. Gives some space to Vatira. Roas is on the ceiling. He thought Vatira was going up. Now he will. After Roas goes down, TRK takes the high and gets the 50.
Trolley, low boost 50, pop straight up. Vatira will be airborne, tries to drop it down to Atto, does find it, but Atto is bumped off the ball.
Killers sizes up Vatira's 50. Couldn't find the right mark. Whoa, Trolley racing in, a bit of a miscom again. Atto wanted to play the 50. Maybe a little antsy here at the end of the game. Looking for a goal, a demo. In beneath. Here's the shot of the fake. Trolley saved by Killers. Ross will not allow a rebound.
I don't believe my eyes.
TRK earlier. Killers this time. Falcons defense is held, and they'll need to do it again. Atto gets the boost steal. Trolley gets deleted. Atto hopes Ross can hit it into him, but hope is all he's gonna get. Vatira underneath, 10 seconds. Vatira shot, but double hit recovered. Trolley can't find the touch, he lets it go, that gives them space. Atto, pass, oh no, it's done! Falcons will put it down! Falcons, one more to the grand finals!
Roas saw that pass coming, closed the gap and prevented the shot, but how did some of these goals not go in? And it went both ways. That ball on the K-Corp goal line, it felt like it bounced across 3 times before it was finally cleared out. And that last play, hitting it off the bar. K-Corp getting so close.
And then that one off the bar for them, Vatira. Somehow this ball stayed out of it. Really don't know how, but it did. And this one right there, that's the gut punch, James. You can't breathe after that save. It was so close to going in.
It's margins like that which separate Players who win a world championship and players who don't.
And here we are at this moment. K-Corp knocked down Falcons at EWC on their home turf. Falcons are threatening to do the same to the blue wall in front of this crowd. What a performance for Falcons. K-Corp have fought them every inch.
At the beginning of the year, Jorby, we talked a lot about this matchup. We talked a lot about these two teams. It felt from the very beginning of 2025 that one of these two would be a world champion.
The crowd trying to will a Game 7 into existence. Tactical timeout for Karmine Corp. They'll need every single second. That game won, James. 3-0. It looked like more. K-Corp onslaught, a slaughter fest. For Falcons standing up. And we got a heavyweight bout between us here. Neo Tokyo is on the way. A storied map in RLCS history. No doubt it will bring us another banger here.
And I asked early in this series, Jorby, how much is home field advantage worth? It seemed like we got our answer. It's been looking different these past few games, but maybe this is the turning point for Karmine Corp.
Can Karmine Corp flip the script? Or will Falcons find a way to demolish the blue wall? TRK, 50 pass, another shot, a little high. Tira doesn't have to go. And it's a clear, but don't worry if you're a Falcons fan, TRK is there.
Cameraman playing tricks. Team Falcons will not get one up that easy.
Killers, an MVP, world-class MVP performance in this tournament and in this series. Trying to get this set up, but K-Corp will get a clear downfield. TRK, not a lot of boost, couldn't keep the ball tight. Roas gets demoed behind Killers. TRK posts himself up. Still holding on to this corner. In the scrum, Killers comes out of it, stuffed by Atto. Atto boosting, gets another one, back to Drawley, denied by Roas.
K-Corp, they've started the game well. They're having possession, keeping the pace of play high. Now possession back in the hands of Vatira. Vatira's shooting has been a little bit off. You hold Vatira to such a high standard, and they need top tier Vatira right now.
Oh, Atto to Drawley, but the 50 can't put it through. A double save, one from Roas, one from TRK. Roas with no boost. Vatira doesn't even want him to get a snip of the ball. Atto's forced to drop it. Killers was right in his face.
Roas in reverse. We'll leave it for TRK. TRK. Now Vatira, big boom downfield.
Oh, Atto was the whole way down there. Ready to receive. No bump on TRK. He's forced to get down to the ground. Drawley sees Roas and bumps him off the ball. But Vatira, a touch that goes right into TRK. Demo on the back end forces Drawley to play some defense, and he does well enough, and a good catch here from Vatira. But K-Corp keep getting stuffed at Falcons third. Maybe this is a chance. The shot denied.
Killers hanging out on the post. Makes the stop. But a demo in the corner. It's out. But Roas zips in and saves the day once more.
It comes in at the last second. Roas, no boost. 50 out to the side. Killers wins that first touch. Drawley protects his own boost. And Vatira brings it down. He's got a little space. TRK steals the midfield. Drawley doesn't care. He's got boost to support Vatira. Atto also sitting close behind. Now he's ready, up off the ceiling with the reset. And it drops right underneath second man. It's Vatira again, forced to buy time for K-Corp.
The demo and both players getting boost. This could be good for K-Corp. Oh! Vatira shot again, saved by Roas.
Oh, that came down for free for Vatira, and Roas saves the day again. That's two crucial saves for Roas in Game 6.
Off the bounce. Went up high, Killers. Has it over to Roas. Off the ceiling, reset. Not sure if he got it. Wasn't able to make the play work. Killers with a quick catch, turns, and Vatira sends it back into the corner.
For all that we've talked about him, James, Trolley, we haven't really said his name in a while. He's been quiet, and the demo opens it up! If you can't beat him, delete him!
Break the glass! Hit the panic button if you're Carmine Corp!
A minute 39 left in this tournament for the hometown heroes. The crowd knows it. Trying to pump energy into these three players. Falcons. Here they go again. Killers trying to find a bump on the back wall. Atto, desperate for a clear. Trolley, desperate for demos. He gets one. Atto needed boost, but Roas tracked him the whole way. That touch actually gives it up to Killers. You can't give him the ball with the way he's looking. Another demo as well from Roas. Or not a demo from TRK. Roas takes the ball. Downfield, there's no boost, so he can't turn. He's got to play defense. Trolley been doing that a lot. Wait a minute. Pass! Shot! Saves off the buzzer! The world Roas!
The crossbar is Vatira's nemesis!
Now surely one of those is going to bounce in. Vatira gets a demo on TRK. 50. Here's Atto. Up high. Killers drops it. Oh, K-Corp, we're all posted up. Vatira looking for Trolley. Trolley back over to Atto. No boost. Back to Trolley. Trolley on the post! TRK! TRK saved!
What are we witnessing, Jorby?
No one can score!
The post! The crossbar! It's 5v3!
Trolley denied Atto. It's a race for the ball. Killers smokes him. 10 seconds. Vatira. Trolley has to wait. Trolley sizes it up. He bumps for Roas. Atto. He loses it. Time is out. Time is over. The ball's still in the air. Trolley. Dropper. Falcons to the grand finals.
Team Falcons already made RLCS history this year, winning a major. But I don't think they're done just yet.
What a performance from Team Falcons. Giving K-Corp a taste of their own medicine on their home turf in front of this crowd that has given them the heat every single time they've been on stage. Killers, an all-time performance in that series.
And
He was unbeatable.
And Roas as well. How many
It's
times did we see Roas come out of nowhere? I mean,
The blindside save.
and TRK, he was the finisher. He was seeing the future, knowing where to be, to finish the goals, to get the stops off the crossbar bounces, which were quite numerous.
I lost count.
This was not in the script. Everything was set up for France to dominate. But the Saudi Arabians, representing Team Falcons, had another plan.
Falcons are on the path to their first World Championship title. It's been a long journey. They've got one more best of 7 to go until they can claim that title. And what a step forward this team has taken, battling the adversity of this crowd, even the adversity of this tournament.
And to have the weight of an entire region on your shoulders. But this team has been forged through the fire. They had their time where they would get to grand finals and crumble. This Team Falcons team are not afraid anymore. You talk about belief, they believe that they have what it takes to win it all, Jordy.
Falcons make a statement to the other side of the bracket. That is what you're going to have to contend with in the grand final. I'm excited to hear from Falcons. So we'll send it out to the stage to hear from the boys.
The Falcons have done what seemed impossible here and taken out the blue wall, but we still have claps because that was a heck of a good game over Rocket League. But the first thing you said to me was, I'm tired. And I'm tired from watching that too. Walk me through how intense that series was for you and your team.
احكي لك اول شغله انت حكيت له اياها انه انت اول شغله حكيت له اياها انه انت تعبان فاحكي لنا على كميه التعب والشغل اللي مريتوا فيه واشتغلتوا عليه خلال هاي المباراه لانه بينت انه مباراه صعبه جدا.
بصراحه اول شيء الحمد لله. ثانيا الصراحه فريق كارمن فريق كبير واكيد انك اذا بتخلص سيريس مع فريق كارمن لازم تتعب والحمد لله يعني قدرنا نفوز عليهم بين ارضهم وجمهورهم.
First of all, thank God we were able to win this and we were able to make it to the grand finals. And secondly, honestly, when it comes to Carmine Corps, they are a very, very strong team. And the fact that we were able to overcome them at the end, you're always going to end up exhausted at the end of that series. So yeah, there you have it.
Well, now I'm curious because on your home turf at the last tournament, EWC, K-Corp beat you guys. Did it feel extra special to beat them on their home turf?
حسيت انه بما انه كارمين كور هزموكم في ارضكم المره الماضيه فهل بتحس انه انتم فزتوا عليهم المره هاي بارضهم شعور مختلف؟
بصراحه شعور ممتع انك تفوز والجمهور مو كله ضدك بس يعطيهم الالعاب يعني صراحه يعطون جو وحمسونا انه نفوز على فريقهم والحمد لله يعني.
Being able to beat Carmine Corps, I mean, in France, among their fans, is definitely something special. And I have to say, like, the fans did kind of push us more and more. We did want to get this win, especially here and now.
Well, you guys got it. And I've got to say, you've been in a grand finals and won one not too long ago in Raleigh. But now you're in the grand finals of the World Championships. All I have to ask is, has it sunk in yet? Have you realized where you now stand?
حكى لك انتم حققتوا اللقب في بطولة في ميجر رالي، لكن انتم هلا في نهائيات البطولة العالمية. فانه هل انت مصدق مثلا انه انت متواجد بهي اللحظة في هاي البطولة؟ هل مخك يعني مستوعب اللي عم بيصير حاليا؟
لا صراحة ماني مصدق اني بنهائي الورد اكبر بطولة في تاريخ اللعبة. هذا كان حلم وان شاء الله باقي ون مور ونحققها.
Honestly, no, like, I still can't fathom that I'm basically in the grand finals of the World Championship, the biggest tournament of the year, the biggest tournament in the history of the competition. Of course, it's the World Championship, but the job's not done. There's still one series to go.
That is true, one series to go. They are in the grand finals of the World Championships. Put it together for the Falcons.
For the first time in the history of Rocket League, a team not from North America or Europe will play for the title of World Champion.
And honestly, if you're just tuning in, that was probably the greatest Rocket League match I think we've ever seen in terms of pure skill on the field. Both teams were absolutely lights out, and it was these small touches, a lot of those on the Falcons defense, to keep them ahead. That was a real difference here.
And I, posted on social media saying, good luck to Falcons. Hopefully they can bring something today to battle against that KC that dominated Ultimates. They did that and then some. I very much stand corrected. That was a Falcons team that, as far as I'm concerned, played perfect Rocket League. They made it look solved almost.
It was insane because on both sides, both teams were doing so well when they would get an offensive drive to make that turn into about a minute and 30 of just being on offense, boost starving out. But you have to credit both defenses. Limited boost, and both defenses were playing out of their minds to make all these saves and keep this a low-scoring affair.
I mean, both defenses were playing spectacular, but Carmine Corps' offense, man, we were just talking about it. They had 18 more shots. They had the ball in. They had a ball in an attacking, I don't know how to describe it, offensive third, 80 more seconds. Falcons in general sat back there for an extra 140 seconds in their own defensive third. Carmine Corps, you saw in the last minute of Game 6, they just kept shooting and shooting and shooting, but they could not crack the net.
I think it's because you need to shoot so perfectly. Falcons made sure their defense was so rock solid that when KC had a chance to shoot, it had to be right on the post, it had to be right on the crossbar, in a corner, away from the player. Otherwise, Falcons would happily save it away. They had to shoot within such tight margins that you see towards the end, Drali hit the post, say 2 or 3 times, or KC did in general, and you think, oh, Drali should have just shot that a bit more central. but then Falcons just save it. It's a rock and a hard place, and unfortunately, Karmine Corp just couldn't break through that wall.
That game one was, yeah, like that was all K-Corp. That's always the one game that can get away from a team, but then after that, it felt just neck and neck the whole way. Both teams going back and forth. Falcons had so many pixel-perfect saves out of nowhere. You think it's going in, and then just out of nowhere, one last defender comes up with a save and hits it off their own crossbar and gets it out. Falcons defense was unbeatable throughout this match.
It was unbeatable, and then listen, there's a clutch play from the captain of France, Matera, top left corner. But that was the last time, really, you saw them put it underneath the crossbar. So many opportunities in Game 5 and in Game 6 where they kept hitting the crossbar. And then it would, honestly, to the fortune of the Falcons, they would go crossbar down, and it big right into them, and they clear the ball away. And that had to be so frustrating, because you know that the Karmine players, they feel the pressure. They know they want to put it away, but they just couldn't get the job done. And then in Game 6, you'll see it. I don't know if we'll see it in the highlights, but they had a double demo play, and Charlie was nowhere to be found. It was an open net. You got to be able to convert in those situations. And that was basically Falcons like one pure attack the whole entire game, and that's all that mattered. Oh, look at this.
And that's the K-Corp's offense. Yeah, by the end, they were shooting inaccurately. We saw there by Drolley, and that's going to cost you.
Yeah, and you've got to really just give it to the Falcons here, where they had everybody against them. We said that was the 4th to, 11,000th player on the K-Corp side. Falcons didn't care. They came out, played their game, and they played that game better than Karmine Corp. And I'm so impressed. And if they can manage to do that in the final against either GK or NRG, then you know what? Maybe I'll revise my earlier statement of KC and just swap Falcons into there and say, hopefully, they bring their A game.
Listen, and you guys got to look back at the first ever FIFA E where these 3 players finally lifted the trophy. I know it was not an RLCS tournament. I know everybody didn't bring their actual teams. But knowing that you can win, learning that, actualizing that, it makes all the difference.
And we see that with the defensive numbers here. Falcons 58% of the time playing defense, and they got it done. It was
unbelievable.
So incredibly close. But yes, I think the main difference in this match was the K-Corp shooting. By the end, fell apart just a bit. Maybe it just got to them just a bit, those nerves, and that's the difference. 4-2 Falcons.
The one thing we haven't talked about, like the last time we saw these teams play on an RLCS stage was at the Birmingham Major Finals when Karmine Corp walked straight through them, and we thought maybe that would be a a teaser of what was going to happen here. The difference is between that time and now, Falcons have become Raleigh Major champions. They finally got the monkey off their back of figuring out how do I win on the stage and RLCS when it matters most. They didn't. They dropped a series at EWC, yes, in between those two, so it feels like, oh, well, Karmine Corp still got their number. No, this was such a clean game from them, and even the best from Karmine Corp wasn't quite enough.
It's just wild because all 3 of those players on Falcons are so talented. Every time they had the ball, you knew exactly what they were trying to do, and they would pull it off. And whoever has to play in the finals, it's going to be really tough.
It's going to be very, very tough. There is one spot left in the finals. NRG and GK are going to play in the next matchup, and we'll see who gets the honor of playing for the title of world champion. But for the first time ever, there's a team not from NA or EU, and also, Bates, there's a chance that there's the first time ever of not having a European team in the finals.
Yeah, there is a chance of that way, but listen, you keep saying chance a lot, and GK, they're kind of on a roll.
They are.
It's been 2,100 days since we've had a world champion that wasn't European. 2,100 days when Energy won it back in Season 8, and they had a European on that team. So
they did.
So it doesn't even count.
Okay, and the truth is, I've always felt this way since Season 8. It felt so good to see Garrett G lift the trophy, and he earned that trophy fair and square, no question about it. But did NA lift that trophy? They did, sort of. Asterisk.
So it would have been like
with the greatest of all time, you know? It feels like this is the chance for them to this is the chance for NA to get it done. NRG, with all North Americans, taking on GK from Europe, is next.
There's a reason they don't call them clean bikes, am I right?
Yeah.
Because it's dirt bike.
Gas stations. Whew.
You gotta start at the top and work your way down. You want me to do yours next? Oh, you're from Oklahoma.
They have to fill the silence.
The bathroom code's 9914.
Progressive can't protect you from becoming your parents, but we can protect your home and auto when you bundle with us.
Look at this hot rodder!
T-Bates here, and today I have a special unboxing from Blacklight. It's gonna be something you've never seen before. ASMR. Let's get into it. Oh my gosh! Sorry, oh my gosh. It's cool. These are the instructions. It's a piece of art. Smooth as silk. And now, for the finishing touches. The Athena Pro. Blacklight. ROCS. Available for pre-order right now.
Last year's FIFA World Cup was unreal. Nations going head to head. The energy, the passion, it was legendary. But this year, this is next level. Everyone wants this beauty, but only one nation will lift it. Fame your game. Let's go.
Rocket League Esports without context.
But you're just like, no, it's all mine.
He's stone cold! Can you read that? Oh, almost. Close. And then Jack just comes and ruins your dreams. See you later, Monkey Man! This is Rocket League!
3 teams remain at the 2025 Rocket League World Championship, with the Falcons waiting in the finals to find out who they're going to face for that ultimate title.
And what a match that was. 2 of the best teams in the world, and they showed it on the field. The Europeans, they were 9-0, knocking out teams that were not their region.
Yeah.
Technically, those were all in the lower bracket. This was back in the upper, so watch out, GK. You got energy coming up.
And we were talking during the break and realized, Turk, we forgot to point it out. With the elimination of Drawley, it is guaranteed we will crown new world champions today.
Yep, this is a very, very big deal. I also saw on the Reddit thread, people were like, oh, this is NA's time. I don't remember the exact number. What was it, 1,500?
2,100 days?
Yeah, and then you go even further and you go, all right, take it a step further back from Madrid. The last time there was a pure All-American team, season 6.
Season 6, which I don't even want to do the math on those the days that were between there and now. It's been an incredible run so far. NA does still have a hope, but so does EU, and they're not going to be going quietly into the night. Let's get into the match.
Introducing first, on the blue side, representing Europe, the runner-up at the Esports World Cup, no longer the underdog, no longer a miracle, they are for real, they are GK!
The European region isn't done just yet. GK is the last team remaining. We began the week talking about the K-Corps, the Dignitas, the Vitalities, but GK is the last one here. Joyo, he's a major champion. This is the furthest he's ever gotten to a world championship, but he wants to go further.
He sure does want to go further. He wants to become a world champion. He just saw his former teammate, Impatera, drop out, bow out in the semifinals. He doesn't want to end up like him. He wants to keep moving along. He's playing a great, fantastic tournament so far, but you're still waiting for that one pop-up moment from the man who lives in the sky.
Well, another man who lives in the sky and has been dominating everyone there is Archie, of course. A stellar performance throughout this weekend, leading his team into this exact moment.
It's his first top 4 as well, and he's in the MVP conversation for the entire tournament.
He's also he was leading the progressive accolades too earlier today. I mean, the Falcons are still making that run on him, so we'll check in on it later today. Oli, though, maybe most underrated player in the tournament?
I think he is the most underrated player in the tournament. You're going into this, I don't think people expected Oli to be playing this well, but he is. You're talking about Archie being in the MVP conversation. Oli deserves some recognition for that award as well.
And introducing their opponents, on the orange side, representing North America, they are NA's last hope, with back-to-back Worlds Finals on the horizon. This is NRG!
A bit of a mixed reaction from the crowd as Energy walked out here, and generally kind of muted cheers from GK here. I think that the crowd is going to be a little less of a factor in this matchup. It's all going to come down to the Rocket League.
The crowd's still stunned from the last series. It's going to take them a little bit of rebound. I'm still trying to rebound myself, so I can only imagine how they feel. I mean, listen, I kind of wanted friends to be in the grand final. I really did. and saying that, though, if you're an NRG fan and you're a fan of North America, this team's trying to make it back-to-back World Championship Grand Final appearances. Daniel Beast Mode Tommy, they've been doing it for 2 years at this point, Gibbs. And there's a one-year EU team in the way now.
They're so consistent. They know how to win. We just saw it last match. It is very difficult to win in Rocket League, but yet NRG, 2 years in a row, always top 4, so many grand finals as well. They just can't get over that last hump. Well, they have 2 matches left to be crowned champions.
This team truly is long overdue to get to touch that trophy.
Yeah.
There is a very solid chance that they could do it here. I think this could be it. I know, the internet's coping right now. They're hoping this is the moment that North America finally gets to see it.
There's part of me that if I don't think about it that much, I just kind of think about this NRG roster and a little bit in the back of my mind and don't remember the results they've put up. I imagine them as world champions. That's how good they are. It feels like they've already won it because they've been there so many times, and yet they've come up short every time they've had the chance.
Yeah, but Bates, I'm not going to lie. This has been a down year for them, and they're still getting top 4. But the true power of a champion is you just find a way to win. And we saw that yesterday versus Ultimates. Game 7, it was sloppy. The whole match was. But they found a way to win. Can they do it again versus Europeans' last hope in Archie?
I mean, Archie, look at the score, 455.91 goals. I mean, this man is just busy in front of the net. He's doing what he needs to get done. But Daniel, his numbers don't look that great, but I honestly think he's playing some of his best Rocket League that he ever has.
But the playmaking ability, #1 there, and his goal participation is absolutely huge. Energy's not a high-powered offense, but their offense is slowly getting better, and that's because of Daniel.
Yeah, because they switched it around. They got Daniel in the Octane, and honestly, he's kind of in the catalyst. He's been really high forward, way more than he was online, way more. Honestly, during his whole entire iteration of this roster, he's usually their 3rd man, but he's kind of been more of a 1st, 2nd man this go around.
I mean, of course, and when you see Daniel in that position, right, you know that it is a natural state for them. They never force him to do anything that he's not comfortable in, so seeing Daniel back in that initiator role is going to be a huge step for NRG to try and take down GK.
And that's always been a question with Energy. Yes, you're so dominant in North America, so I always have questions going into these international events. I'm thinking, oh, Europe's going to take 3 of the spots, Falcons with the other. But no, again, NRG, they just do what they need to do. They find a way to win. Doesn't matter what the bracket looks like. They get it done. They're here again. GK, this is brand new for them. While for NRG, they've been here so many times before.
And it feels like in all of those times before, they had to survive to get to here so they could level up and become Championship Sunday NRG, which has always felt like a different caliber of team. Certain grand final results ignored, but especially regionally, especially when they're playing in North America, it's been insane. And even in those grand finals that they've lost, we've seen those moments of them proving just how good this team can be. Can they do it 2 matches in a row right now?
2 matches in a row, that's the big question. And first they got to go through a GK squad who's been comfortable there on the road themselves. Let's find out.
Chat, let us know who you think is going to win. Herc, who you got?
I look at Europe, and when I think of Europe, I think of Monkey Moon. And the only other person I think that could pull that off is Beast Mode. I think Beast Mode, I think NRG, NA today.
Okay.
I would love-hate relationship with NRG.
Too.
But they're just proven winners. They find a way to win when it matters most. I'm going NRG.
Listen, you have the #1 ranked power team, the #2 ranked power team. They were in the other semifinal. They duked it out. One came out better. In this game, you have the #3 ranked power ranked team going into this tournament against somebody who's ranked like #6. Going by the power rankings, NRG's just a better team right here. They should be able to handle GK. They'll make it back to the World Championship Grand Final.
All right, so Karmine Corp was able to buck the desk curse trend. I'm not as confident about NRG, but if I go GK, then they're not cursed, and then NRG wins, and I'm wrong. So give me NRG on this one, folks. They are the stronger team right now on paper. We don't play Rocket League on paper. We also play it in the ethers of the Rocket League gods. How does the coin come down? It's going to come down GK. Hey, let's just get it the right way up there for them. Caught like 3 that way this time. It's been an interesting day for the coin. It's also not been having the best of runs, but NA has woken up. They're going to be the favorites in chat. GK going to be the favorites in the building. Who's going to be the favorites on the pitch? Only one way to find out. One semifinal left to play, folks. We're approaching the ultimate moment of the Rocket League year, and yet, even in this final hour, there is still 1 ticket left to the fight. The Miracle of Birmingham making the run of their lives versus the 2024 World Champion runner-ups, hungry for another chance to achieve that greatest honor. It's time to settle the score. There can only be 2. Winner gets a shot at the title. It's GK versus NRG.
Welcome, everybody, to the last semi-final and the last step before the grand final. 3 teams left. One of them from MENA, one of them from Europe, one of them from North America. Joining us, get to game 1, brought to you by Progressive. Who was going to survive?
Well, in a sudden twist of events, we've gone from thinking that the France streak that's long since continued might even be followed by the end of European Grand Finals appearances. It's been since season 2 that we've not had a French player in the Grand Final. We're not going to have one today. We've always had an EU team in the Grand Final for Worlds RLCS, but that could change. NRG, in fact, the favorites against EU's last team.
NRG looking to try and make it to back-to-back World Championship finals. Atomic threw them into 2 of them. 0-2 in that matchup, but you've got to try and go for a 3rd time. On the opposite side, this is the man that I'm looking towards. Archie has just been unbelievable at this tournament. Simple Rocket League done to perfection. So he is now on his way up, looking for the sidewall skim. This isn't Simple Rocket League. Atomic now, off the wall. Joyo waiting, backboard. Good just to skim it around the first player. Can't quite deal with the second challenge. Archie waits, it is challenged for his own troubles. Do get the feeling that when it comes to this game 1, as the underdogs, GK need this one more.
I do agree with that. I think GK have got to win this. Got to try and ride that wave of momentum that they've brought from earlier, beating Wildcard. But NRG just have a way to grind out series wins. And they can do it by running away with series, they could do it by coming back, they could do it in back and forth series. They just win, as the desk said before the match.
And this time they haven't got really to worry about the crowd being behind them as the backboard was the target, but Atomic beats the ball. NRG aren't doing it for the fans around them this time around. They're doing it for themselves, and very lightning fast reactions required from Daniel. Making sure that one's not on target.
Yeah, it's important that GK don't give NRG too much respect. Of course, NRG are so mechanical. They're so fast. They're such consistent players. Probably the highest floor in Rocket League history in terms of the ability you can expect to see from them. But GK have to anticipate certain mistakes. They have to take certain risks if they want to have a chance here.
Right now, GK are getting a lot of success in these 50s. That's something that NRG typically crush against the vast majority of their opponents. Almost halfway through game number 1. Nothing to write home about, really. Neither team with a truly great opportunity on net, and that first touch from Archie isn't really going to add to our chances on net to this point. But another good 50. Archie's on the way. First one was a little bit too high, and Atomic can scoop up.
Well, I'm not surprised to see this from game 1. Oh, that's a huge chance. That was NRG's best chance. GK were not ready to counter that approach. Nice clear by Archie, though. Now Oli has got an open net across the pitch staring at him, but he didn't hit it hard enough. Not sure if it was possible with how quickly Daniel got back.
Yeah, Daniel should have had that no matter what. Archie collects ball, collects boost, got everything he wanted. Zoli, once again, on the clear. Archie might try and get it back to himself. Another sidewall double. Archie's gone for a few of these now. He's passed a couple of players, 0 boost.
Reed.
Booming clear as the redirect from beast mode. A couple of warning shots, but still nothing to test either team.
Yeah, nobody was catching up to that skim, though, if Beast Mode put that on target. Now, will it come down to shooting accuracy? We've seen certain teams, Wildcard, even in the last series, KC, plagued by inaccuracy, costing them games, costing them series. You do worry about NRG's shooting sometimes. That can be their drawback, or at least one of them. The crossbar, often their worst enemy.
This one's just above the crossbar. First one to it is a blue car. Joyo, very low boost. All of GK are in very low boost. Archie's did it on 12. Second one just picks up the pads. Atomic looking for the player, finds them. NRG, though, this has been one of the main criticisms for them. Very often reluctant to send all 3. Saw an awful lot of that in our previous series where Falcons and KC happy to always send 3.
Yeah, I don't mind that in game 1, I think, just to get that game on the stage, in front of the crowd, get it in the books. Obviously, they've already played here yesterday, but on the day, their first game, they are starting to get the territory that they want. NRG very close to pushing GK into awkward positions. Just Oli with boost there, and he does make good use of it. Another save coming through, but NRG are all over them.
Nice pass, though. Joyo just powers it long. Had an opportunity to go for the solo play. Instead, went to a teammate that didn't have any boost and wasn't going to get to it anyway. Slightly awkward here. GK, how much do they want to bite on this? A tepid affair here in game number 1. As I do get the feeling GK are playing with fire on occasion, as, oh my goodness, the team pinch also could have gone anywhere. But neither team really willing to have a proper bite at this game.
Well, Daniel's in the back post here. If Beastmo can get it across, he's staunched at the 50 by Archie. Sticking to the ball as best as he can. Now he's maybe even going to be GK's chance in 0 seconds.
Should go for the flick, and NRG not happy to take it. We have overtime.
Like I said earlier, such an important game for GK to win, to keep the pressure on the favorites. You know NRG are going to come back at some point. You can't let them have this one, GK. They're not for now, but here come NRG again. They're just shooting shot after shot. Archie does defend that back corner move.
Well, I think that first shot was actually off target anyway. Look towards the crossbar, which NRG do have a little bit of a habit of hitting more often than not. Joyo wants to go for the challenge, does get it. NRG have had this offense for so long. What can they create? Beast Mode drops down. It's Archie to scoop away the danger.
I mean, just unbelievable saves from GK all tournament long. Now they're into offense. It's been a while. Been pushed back. Between counterattacks, they have had some short stints next to the NRG goal, but huge clear coming through from Beast Mode. Backs up that GK defense.
GK just have not had the opportunity to send a second man. There's no support on these plays. Back corner, Atomic leaves it. Daniel takes over, straight to Papavoli. First time to go for an outplay. Gets the player, looks for two. Just not quite on the board, and that's dangerous. Archie, is he going to go psycho? No, just let's get rid of it.
I mean, there's been some insane 50-50s that have just gone flying towards goals in this game. One towards GK's net, there have been about 2 or 3 towards NRG's net. Here comes Oli again, who's having the best tournament of his Rocket League career. What an unexpected sequence of events. GK, the true dark horse of the competition. Not just this competition, but so many that they've been in this year.
A quick reminder that they are grand finalists in the most recent LAN we've had. GK shouldn't be surprising people, but they still are. Joyo takes his time. First touch let him down, decides to go low. Looking for the follow, 0 boost, just fake the challenge, and Daniel clears long. Over 7 minutes now. No goals scored. This might be our first, but Beast went straight to the path of Archie.
And Archie's been there for GK a couple times now when they've needed him to just buy some time. Oli's gone mid here towards Joyo. I don't think NRG expected that, but that was a bit of a risky pass to be making in that kind of pace. Insane defenses these teams have. So hard to score on. So tentative in game 1.
Yeah, both teams just don't really want to pull the trigger just yet, as Oli and Archie almost collide into one another. I feel like this is something that really suits NRG, though, as they go backboard. Too much work for Beast Mode, and Archie will clear. But this feels like it's NRG's at the moment.
Yeah.
GK needs to start getting some flash and pizzazz into this game.
Yeah, this feels like an NRG 1-0 waiting to happen. We've seen plenty of those this year. They don't often win much, but they do win. Oh, a save! How is that stayed out? That looked like the NRG goal. Not yet.
And GK, once again, almost see it just glide into their goal. Now they've got one goalkeeper left. Archie clears, only into the infield. Basement scores!
And a classy pass there from NRG. Awkward clear by Archie, but look at the vision from Atomic. Finding Beast Mode in open space, so close to the goal. Beast Mode slots it bottom left.
Well, we said game 1, GK needed to make an impression. The impression is you've got very good defense. You're going to need to use a little bit less of that.
Yeah.
How many saves is that on the board that we just saw?
Crazy. I mean, we've got 6 saves for just Archie, but the whole team racking up 13 saves there. GK have had some insane saves this whole weekend, but they couldn't get enough. It was NRG's pressure that eventually caused them to cave. 15 shots to NRG in that first game, just 4 for GK. Now, GK are quite happy to do this. They were baiting in wildcard in their previous matchup. They are a very good counter-attacking team, but NRG do not overextend. You're not going to catch these guys out with counterattacks. Maybe Falcons, if you can make the final, can fall prey to that. But GK have to fight for this midfield. They need to push NRG back if they want to have any chance to win a game here, never mind the series.
Yeah, it does feel like what we just saw from GK is tailor-made to work for NRG. If NRG could put together their favorite opposing play style, they would look at what we just had and go, yeah, more of that, please, because we can just slowly press forward. We don't need to take risks. We don't have to overcommit. We don't have to really get all that flashy, but we will eventually score.
Yeah, just keep taking shots, keep sealing boosts away, and eventually the goal will come. But let's see if GK can respond. Will it just be more NRG ball? That's the style that they want to be playing. Doyle with an early opportunity, but he does not get involved or the ball gets cleared.
NRG, rinse and repeat, do that again. Goes perfect. Joyo dances around with the ball. Archie takes the shots. Took a little bit too long, and NRG have recovered all their players. Now we go to the ceiling. Daniel with support. You can always see NRG, the communication is just so quick. They know who's supposed to be going for it. Joyo looking to just try and provide that little bit of magic, but just can't get that first touch to allow him to really wield the wand.
Oh, big dunk by Daniel. Joyo, heavy first touch, but he gets back to it. Archie skims it to the corner. They're, really using a ton of boosts here, GK, to try and get some offensive pressure going. That, to me, is the clear difference between these two teams. Boost efficiency. NRG have plenty. And look at this from Daniel, from Beast Mode, sorry. Not used to seeing Daniel in the Octa this weekend. I just think every time I see one, it must be him.
Backward from Oli. Oh. Look for the unbelievable angle as Oli again tried to find the car. Best offense that we've seen from GK so far. Now they've got to try and get back. It's NRG. And this thing is NRG happy to play. Oh my goodness, wait, that might just be in as Beast Mode. Gets himself into position just in time. 6.5 minutes of Rocket League played. 6.5 minutes since GK have had a goal. Looking for something, looking to try and break NRG open. Infield, that's far too close to Atomic.
NRG just communicates so well in defense. They just don't double commit. They don't waste boost. You can see, even for the extended periods of pressure, the short extended periods of pressure, I might add, that GK get, NRG are doing fine. They are comfortable on boost. Maybe the ball's near their goal, maybe it's in the danger area, maybe there's a shot coming, but they seem to be always ready.
Shot straight down the middle towards Beast Mode. Joyo, be a heck of a read if he could get it. Realized pretty quickly that he could not. Archie goes to the ceiling. Has he got any support? Joe's on the way. And now Oli's by himself, but NRG not too quick on the counter. Another 0-0. GK looking better in this game, though. A couple of demos on the third man, and this actually might open up now for GK. They're not going to be challenged for a little bit. Joyo's got some time against the respawning Daniel. And GK, they're getting moments where they have clear possession of the ball. They can't do anything with it.
Well, the pre-jump attempt there. Looks like NRG are starting to get comfortable today. That's a bad sign if you're a GK fan. Reminder that if GK lose, this will be the first ever RLCS World Final without a European team, without a European player. MENA have been the main characters this season, but NRG forever involved. Once again, GK cannot find a way through. NRG are threatening the counter.
Reminder as well, the NRG org. Different players. 1-1 when it comes to their grand final appearances, Season 5 and Season 8. Imagine how it's like for your organization to have a rubber match when it comes to grand finals. Another re-jump there from Atomic, but that pass is nowhere near him. Archie does cover. Joyo again, he's the first one onto a lot of these. If you can just sort that first touch out, they might get something better from these.
They're afraid to commit with everybody because boost is such a premium in this matchup. GK can't seem to, hold on to 20-ish boost, just a little bit to recover with. Give the third man confidence to move in. NRG do not have that issue. Seems so close to a goal again, but the crossbar saves GK.
I think we've seen the crossbar hit more often than we've seen goals in the last hour of Rocket League. Drops down. Joyo doesn't want to go for it. They're going to have to commit at some point. GK seem terrified of them all in. That's the corner. Beast Mode has got his second.
Perfect shooting from Beast Mode. Atomic mid. Beast Mode waiting for it. And how about that for a shot? Archie, one of the best goalkeepers in the world, could not save it.
You have to put two Archies back to back, and they might just barely get to the ball. Still nothing for GK Esports. 9+ minutes of Rocket League. Held to 1-0. Right now they're being held to another one. Daniel goes backboard. Archie should have it. But it's just clear and hope right now for a lack of boost, a lack of confidence. Name it what you will. Beast mode doesn't lack any confidence. Oh! And why would you? When you've got Atomic got your back.
Well, it was almost just beast mode by himself initially. Atomic comes in, barrels through the goalkeeper. GK completely stuck in the mud as NRG take a 2-0 advantage.
It's just not there at the moment for the Europeans. Joyo set. Archie gets there first. And most importantly, they've got 27 seconds to work with.
The kickoff strat into the pinch pass mid. That is an insane pass by Joyo to keep that controlled enough that Archie can get there, but also get it across past the defenders. Still though, one more to go.
And another kickoff play. Oli on the fake kickoff. Joyo. Oh, it's a nothing touch, but they might still be able to scramble for something here. Oli on 0 boost. Is that an overcommit? Archie scampering on back, but it is an overcommit. They couldn't get everyone back in position. They tried, but the missed touch from Joyo just set off the domino effect.
Yeah, Archie a bit worried about getting beat there. He's trying to block the shot that didn't really come his way. He centers it. And look at the speed Atomic got up with. 13 seconds to go. Kickoff strat needed from GK, or it will be NA's NRG. Going 2-0 up in the series. Joyo has to score quickly here.
To the corner, but it doesn't seem like GK have got anything on the board. As yet, the time has run out. NRG halfway to the grand finals.
And this looks like exactly the type of series that they've been winning in their entire tenure as a team. The 2 years these guys have been together on G2 and now NRG. When they can keep a nice controlled series, everybody moving around, grabbing boost, feeling comfortable, finding space, that's where they do their best work. Now, they've been criticized in the past for lacking that commitment, the willingness to take those risks that will sometimes be needed against world-class opposition. But against GK and against GK's style of Rocket League, this is working perfectly. I mean, NRG, they're tailor-made for this.
The thing is if you ask GK, all right, who do you want to play in this semi-final? There wasn't exactly a good option here for them. They'll take what they're given, and they're also taking a timeout. So what do you change here? We've seen GK throughout the year, obviously underdogs in this matchup. From the 10 minutes that we've seen, they've had 1 goal. What would you change?
Well, I like the kickoff strats from GK, creating a bit of chaos, trying to get NRG out of their comfort zone. But you can't rely on only kickoff strats to do that. They need to find ways to make this game a bit more chaotic. If there's one thing Joyo does well, if there's one thing GK as a team do well, it's improvising. So if they can get this game to be a bit more random, that favors them, in my opinion. But NRG, with an early 2-0 lead, all the experience they've got, are going to probably see that coming. They're going to know that GK are going to try and catch them out of position with some rush challenges, with some fakes, trying to get this flow to change in any way, shape, or form.
The only good news out there right now, and it is pure hopium, I feel, is for GK, you look at this NRG team, and when it comes to World Championships, when it goes wrong, it really starts to go wrong. You need to start having that rollover period, make them start to doubt in themselves, because we did see it, World Championship last year, obliterated BDS in game 1.
Yeah.
And then just, it fell off, the wheels completely fell off after that.
Yeah.
They need to convince this NRG squad that it might happen again.
Oh, it's going to be tough to convince them. I mean,
you need to smash it.
With all their losses that they have suffered, NRG have learned so much. They've grown as a team. They've tried to make the necessary tweaks to improve, and they've become a terrifyingly consistent team as a result. And let's see what GK have got cooked up for game 3. It's a fake kickoff into the sidewall from Archie, but we will just end up back in midfield play where NRG have looked comfortable.
I mean, it's Archie yet again. Wants to pass, but his passing option's gone. Demoed. NRG looking confident. Looking like the heir apparent, apparently, to that second grand final spot, and they've got a shot on target. We're straight back to where we were in games 1 and 2. NRG are swarming. Looking to try and find that first goal. How do you get out of it if you're GK? You need to try and find a 50. That one's not it, because you leave it for beast mode. And Oli miraculously keeps it out.
Crazy save from Oli. Beast mode rifled that ball to the backboard as he sets up the double. No delay on the play whatsoever. I mean, there's no question, GK can make great saves. They can hold on for long periods of time in defense, but like we keep saying, NRG are not going to overextend. It's not what they do. They just put you in this position and keep you there. It's up to you to break free. GK just can't find a way to do it.
It's a very old school style of Rocket League. Hold on to that midfield. Deny the boosts. Create what you can as Oli looks for the redirect. Now Atomic sees it out on the counter now. Joyo, very low boost. He would have liked the Psycho. He would have liked a couple of things in this grand finals, but NRG are not providing any of them. Beast mode, everything he does just seems so dangerous.
You can clearly see the main difference between how these two teams defend is momentum. GK don't have any. They're grinding to a halt a lot. That really limits their counter-attacking threats. Whereas NRG, when they defend, they're all keeping their supersonic speed. So even if you're getting outplayed, they're ready for a pass from a teammate behind. Speaking of, nice little fake attempt there from GK. But NRG more than ready for that. And now, here we go the other direction. Chance, and again, it's perfect.
You've seen the difference here in class. NRG want to go back to back. Denied too many times. And they look in prime form for it at the moment. GK have got nothing. They've got a goal, but they haven't got answers. They haven't got ideas. And right now, they might not have a hope against the NRG of this quality.
And the shoot's looking good for NRG, which is probably the best thing for them and for their fans. They're not sniping the crossbar. They're not playing crossbar chat.
Yeah.
So let's just cut that bit out. Let's pretend that didn't happen. They're shooting the ball really well, I promise.
There we go, that's better.
All right, got it in the bar on that play. 2-0 for Beast Mode.
It's a drubbing. NRG have got their sights firmly set on the grand finals. And for GK, I mean, this is all about, you just got to get the next goal. One more against them, heads will drop. And we saw from the offense that GK had, it's just, they get one shot, and then they have to go back. NRG get 12.
Yeah, it's just not the same volume. And there's really no serious pressure being put on NRG here. It's kind of fake pressure from GK where they're, you know, putting the ball near the net, but there's so many cars in the way of it. There's so many challenges lined up one after another that you're gonna need to do better. Oh, that's one way to do it. If you can't get the ball past the challenges by passing to teammates, why not the ceiling?
That's beautiful. And it's necessary. Oli provides the spark.
Crazy from Oli, what a goal.
Can GK now take that spark, turn it into a fire, and burn down NRG's hopes of the grand finals? Atomic off the wall. Just so smooth every time. Joyo's not getting to it. Oli's not getting to it. 3-1.
And the striking's looking good again. Atomic with a brilliant first touch. Joyo decided to turn. Maybe it would have been better to just continue on forward there, but again, boost is so low for GK. They're afraid to leave each other isolated in defense. They can't cover all the angles NRG are threatening.
It's another fake kickoff. NRG just seemingly happy to play those as well. GK just can't quite find that second phase. They can get the ball over to Oli when he's waiting for it, but what comes next after that? Oli now in net. Clears it into Joyo. Had a few of these positions. Can he create something from it? He's passed a few as Archie drops it. Oli's next. But Daniel beats him in the foot race. Joyo tries to keep that play going. GK seem to realize they can't let this offense go. They've got to just send cars, throw limbs, do what you can.
Oh, this is a counter again. Daniel fakes it. Beast Mode with the credit for the goal. Off of Joyo's reset, Beast Mode just slams it on net, gets demoed, and Daniel running interference. I think he might have bumped Oli there as well.
North America looking like they will stand on top this year. Europe on the verge of the first time ever, no players, no teams in the World Championship Grand Finals. And the way we're going right now, it would need a miracle for that to change.
Absolutely. I mean, coming in and out of the timeout, no clear difference with how GK have been able to play. Oh, look at this. The double pass actually takes a teammate out of the game, but Archie gets it mid for the third. That touch is insane. Joyo didn't see it coming, but they had Oli in reserve, and they're within 2 goals. Still, though, I'm not seeing anything that would suggest a comeback's happening.
It would take some help from NRG. As we do see the bot kickoff this time, and Beast Mode somehow has got that covered. That is unbelievable. Oli, I think, wanted Daniel's car. Didn't quite get it. Archie, good challenge win. Oli on his way up, but again, they just always have each other's backs. Never leave one or the other out to dry. Joyo looking for a pre-jumping Archie. Daniel's on the way over to it, and it's a misread there on the approach from Oli. Time running out, and they're looking down and needing a reverse sweep.
Well, it's something that they've done before. It's something that I'm sure they will believe in themselves to do again, but against NRG in this form, playing their own brand of Rocket League, GK have not put NRG out of their comfort zone. This is NRG's style that they want to play, and they're getting to play it without any difficulty.
It's comfortable. 5 minutes away. And the timeout has already been used from GK. They have now got to figure this out on the field. I think it was a bit better towards the end. Once they realized this game is as good as gone,
well, yeah,
they just started throwing everything.
Once they're getting
honestly, yeah, strategies need to go out the window here. You just got to try and outplay them, because whatever this, it's not going to work.
Yeah, I think that right now we're just seeing a difference in efficiency when it comes to movement. And whereas NRG are able to put seriously threatening counterattacks on the board, GK can't do that. They're not keeping up their defensive momentum, like I previously mentioned. And that just means NRG can swarm them. They can just push them back and eventually wait for that mistake to happen. And the crazy thing here is that NRG in this matchup are not the crowd favorites. The crowd seems to be, you know, on and off GK supporters throughout the weekend, just against them when they played wildcard.
Yeah.
But if NRG make the final, I think the crowd's going to be on their side, because I cannot see the crowd back in Falcons at all.
Getting in now to game number 4. Is Europe about to bow out? Or can somehow, some way, GK make believers out of us, but everyone in the arena and everyone at home? Oh! Well, no, NRG playing like this at the moment.
Well, great reaction by Archie and a good follow-up as well. That was almost a disaster. Could still be Beast Mode with the double tap backwards towards Daniel. He's going to fake it out for Atomic. Oh, insane save by Joyo. The ball's still on the goal line, though. They finally get rid of it.
And Archie wants a 50. Nobody able to provide to him. Instead, his car is wiped off the field. Sent to the scrap heap. Now Joyo's turn. Good 50 from him. Recovers it. Oh, it's an own goal!
Well, with no time to react, the ball comes flying across, and you don't have any time to process if that's on target or not. Daniel's thinking, oh, maybe it's in, I better hit that near post. Can't get enough on it, puts it into his own net. But with that happening so quickly, I don't blame him for just trying to keep that in the near post.
Turbo Season 5's looking at him just going, yeah, it doesn't feel great, does it? Well, take them out you can if you're GK. You're going to need a lot more of them. Archie off the wall. First time NRG have trailed in this series. That was going to change anything for quite some time. They'll just continue to play their way. It's a booming clear. Oli off the backboard. Can't go too much further with it. That's backboard again, and a much needed touch there from Archie. This is what NRG do. You've been put in the vortex. GK looking to try and find a way out.
This is exactly what NRG need to, the last piece that we need to prove. For me to truly believe they can go up against Falcons and match them is, can they win this one from behind? They've been having it easy in this match, thanks to their own good play. But sometimes NRG play their best Rocket League from behind. They always play their best Rocket League at the end of tournaments. Slow starters, yes, but Champ Sunday, this is where they thrive.
Atomic off the wall. Daniel in the background, he's just lurking. Might be tempted by this ball, he certainly is. Off towards the ceiling. Reset from the ceiling and immediately backs away from the play. As that one's on target, Oli. Much required save on that ball. Half the game left to play. Left over to beast mode. Wants to take Oli on the 50 and Oli crushes through.
NRG have got time. They're starting to build that attack though. Another boost seal comes through. They've taken both of them, and again, GK are completely starved. NRG creating the chance and taking it.
It was messy. Archie misses. Oli couldn't recover. One of them's boot bumped as well. GK had the lead and watch it vanish off a very, very silly process. Oli looking to try and put them back in the lead. Backboard, has he got the boost? Not quite. How's Joyo's turn? Off the Musty, and my goodness, if we could have a high jump competition for those Musties, I think he'd be winning it.
For all of the creativity and for all the flair, it accomplishes nothing against the disciplined defense of NRG. Oli off the ceiling, he's blocked while trying another impossible shot. GK want to have any chance here. They cannot panic. They lost their lead, but they're still in this game.
It seems like GK's strategy here is just to get a little bit weird with it. Catch NRG in a way that they're not expecting. I'm not entirely sure there is a way that NRG aren't expecting, but hey, GK are the ones I've got to try and find out. They'll be the scientists. It's Daniel. Good 50 from him. Joy's going to leave it for a teammate. It's Archie's low boost. Saying a GK player is low boost seems sort of redundant at this point in the series. It's been part of what they've just had to deal with the entire time, as we might very well be. Next goal, sending NRG to the grand finals. Joyo only as far as Daniel. He's at a boost. Atomic's waiting. Goes back. Bono doesn't need it. Top bins.
What a snipe by Atomic. Daniel with the aerial fake. Just let GK hit the ball for free. And Atomic puts it in the top corner.
2-1. And Hopium turns to Copium. Might be Nopium. GK have found nothing for NRG.
Oh, Joyo with the skim. It's into the crossbar. Oli's there with the fake, but again, NRG are covering the option. Even when GK are trying to catch them by surprise, NRG see it coming.
Back out, Oli, there again. Just a swarm, a wall of orange cars that you've got to get through to take these shots. Oli out to Joyo. Into the corner. This might be playable here. Joyo again. Oli would have liked to have run onto that shot, but Joyo seemed to claim it. 40 seconds. And Europe staring down the barrel of elimination.
NRG is going through the motions, continuing to apply the pressure. More boost steals, more pace about the pitch. They tried to make their second grand final in a row for RLCS World Championships.
And the Falcons might have been expecting to have a little bit more of a break here. But if it keeps going this way, Atomic off the backboard, Oli will clear. 10 seconds and GK, they need to find the ball.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of boost. It's been the story of their series so far. Archie's bumped one, but clear it goes.
GK need to keep it up. They won't. Europe obliterated, decimated, eliminated. MENA versus North America in the grand finals.
EU. 2 grand finals in a row. And a clean performance from NRG. Stylistically, they were perfect for this. They had the consistency that we expect from them. But today, clearly they've been preparing well. They've been in the training packs. They've been hitting up the striker training, because I saw a lot of top corner shots. Maybe 1 or 2 crossbars, but that's fine. Those could be good passes. But a lot of top corner shots for NRG. Even KC, wildcard, a lot of teams struggling with their shooting today. NRG in the past struggling with that. You know, the fact that I'm seeing those goals go in, they're taking the chances that they're creating. Are they ready to take that next step?
It is a 3rd World Championship Grand Final for Atomic. He's 0-2.
Crazy.
A chance to right those wrongs. We all remember what happened last year, the heartbreaking way but that game 6 went down.
And a close grand final as well. I mean,
a very close grand
we
final.
don't often get close grand finals in RLCS history. A 4-2 loss is a pretty good effort from NRG last time around. Of course, they're going to want to go one better, but now that they're into the final, I think they're going to love that they've got Falcons.
They might very well be the crowd favorites for it. They march on. They march through Europe, who are out of it. For the first time ever, there will not be a European team in the grand final. Ladies and gentlemen, your grand final, NRG against Team Falcons.
The opponents of the Falcons in the grand finals, it's NRG. I have the coach Sathu with me. Sathu, crazy thing here, don't know if you realize, but going into this grand finals, this will be the first time now in Worlds without EU representation, and you just took that away from this Worlds. How do you feel about knowing that now?
I mean, honestly, I'm happy with how NA showed up and Mina showed up and everything, so I think it's good to get some diversity, so yeah.
Yeah, what about the chats about NA not doing so good anymore?
I mean, I don't know. I think we showed good things.
I think you showed them.
Il lui a posé la question de, évidemment, on rentre dans une finale historique, malheureusement pas d'équipe européenne. Qu'est-ce que ça fait pour lui d'avoir éliminé la dernière équipe européenne? Il a dit qu'il est content, évidemment, que sa région, comme la région MENA, soit représentée en grande finale. Et puis voilà, que les chats Twitch, finalement, n'avaient pas toujours raison.
Now, looking at the match that just happened here, it looked like it went by pretty quick. We were hoping, for a longer series. So, in your eyes, it must have been not easy, but relatively easier than maybe you would have thought. Would you have liked a longer series to get you better warmed up for a grand finals? Does it hurt you going in this quick to a grand finals?
No, I think it's good. I think it will help with the fatigue factor. I think getting that series over as quickly as possible will be good for us. I think it gives us time to talk. We'll know what we need to change going into Falcons. We know how they're going to play differently. The standard will be a bit higher, so I think it's fun.
Il lui a demandé s'il préférait avoir une demi-finale qui était plus serrée et plus longue pour être mieux préparé pour la finale contre Falcons. Finalement, il trouve que d'avoir stomp un petit peu la game et gagner comme ça, c'était plutôt pas mal et que ça leur permet d'avoir moins de fatigue et potentiellement mieux rentrer dans la finale. Donc pour lui, c'était mieux de faire un match court maintenant.
Okay, so we've got to find out going into the grand finals who Leon's cheering for, because there's got to be one team. So I want to find out if you're going to be the underdogs or the favorites going into this. You cool with that?
Yeah.
All right, Luti, let's find out who
Ok
they're
les
going
gars,
for.
on va faire évidemment, bon ça va être difficile, mais qui pour la grande finale et pour Falcons?
Like a good sign for you guys, yeah?
Et qui est pour Energy? Looks like more people for you actually, right?
Yeah, okay, how do you feel about this then? Do you want it to be the underdogs?
We'll always take crowd support, so yeah,
Okay, they'll take the support.
Ils
Let's
prendront
give it
votre
up
soutien.
for NRG.
It's been said a few times already. It's worth saying again. And for the first time in the history of Rocket League, a team from Europe will not be present when the world title is on the line.
And it's been 2,100 days. It's always been a European champion, but finally we won't have that as well. It's going to be an interesting final. I feel like NRG is pretty smart there. Send the coach up for the interview. You saw Daniel and Atomic. They were actually in free play during the interview, just trying to keep as warm as possible, because honestly, that was a quick 4-0. They didn't get much practice there, Bates.
Listen, but they played their game once again. They just completely outshot and just out-pressured their opposition. 45 shots, I believe, to, I think, 21 over for the GK boys. So, I mean, just not evolved from GK.
I mean, it's the energy debuff, though. This is what happens every time someone goes up against NRG. They just look like they play bad. It's because NRG's challenge game is so incredibly good. Their defense is phenomenal. So it just looks like the other team is playing a lot poorer. It's going to be a big test, though, with Falcons, because obviously Falcons have looked lights out all tournament long. So see if NRG can keep it up there.
Yeah, these are two teams that have already faced off twice in the head-to-head. It is tied currently. So whoever comes out on top truly, absolutely deserves it.
But what a run for all these players. I mean, going back-to-back World Championship Grand Finals for NRG, though. They earned this spot under the name of G2 last year.
They sure did.
And they come in here, NRG, again.
And it's not just back-to-back wave. Atomic is now tied Monkey Moon with the most World Championship Grand Final appearances since the Open Era began with 3. This man is also living in a World Championship Grand Final, but the difference between him and Monkey Moon's got 2. Masi has 0.
And he's the only one that's lost 2 grand finals, I believe, as well. So he's got to break that monkey. But for this match, everyone's coming in thinking, all right, it's still Europe. It's going to be very competitive. We've seen GK all weekend long playing very good Rocket League, but Energy just quieted them down from the very beginning, and the shots were on point. The shooting packs have been coming out for Energy. It's always been their biggest weakness.
Well, yeah, listen, and also the amount that the opportunities that they're getting has increased as well. So, I mean, when you're out shooting your opponent in back-to-back series by over 20, some of the goals naturally have to start dropping. So with this NRG squad, I do think the shooting in general, though, to your point, Gibbs, has improved. They do seem to be more accurate, and that has paid dividends.
Now, the scary thing is the same can be said for the Falcons. That was some of the most accurate shooting we'd seen on their end in their match. So this is going to come down to the most pinpoint, clean Rocket League that we have ever seen.
But at the same time, Energy, it's a 4-0. That is good for them. Save some of that energy for the finals. Falcons, it was TRK said, I am tired. It's like after playing K-Corp. He was very fatigued after that match. We'll see how they come back after that. But Energy, that was quick and clean.
Maybe that's why they swept him. Don't give him any less, give him less rest time.
Give him less rest time. I mean, listen, that's an excellent point. Get him out of there quick. Falcons just played absolute doozy of a series against Karmine Corp. They're both going Mach 90, and you can just tell the differences between the two series. Karmine Corp Falcons, the pace. This series in particular, very slow. But you know, NRG can play faster. Maybe they'll have to do that against Falcons.
But they usually don't have to. They like to play this slow game. Make it sloppy, make it a little messy, and they will control the game. They've done it all year in North America. They've been top 4 all these times, and now finally back to a grand final.
And then the biggest difference when it's NRG team, honestly, the whole entire tournament is how much more they are converting and how much more they are on offense. 57.2% of the time, GK's in their back half. 42.8% for NRG. They're literally controlling the midfield, and now they're controlling your third.
Yeah, and we see it with offensive demos as well. If you play more offense, you're bound to get more demos.
Yep, this is an old school version of NRG, but of course the 2025 version, a clean, scary threat that deserves a grand final spot.
And now we got a rematch of London 3.0 as well. It was Falcons versus G2 back then. Back then, everyone thought Falcons would run away with it, but G2 came on top.
Don't say everyone, because trust me, one person in particular didn't go for that squad, and I remember who that was. And tell you that, though, that series was close. So you go back to London 3.0. It was game 3, beast mode all the way across the map to Daniel, top left corner at 0 seconds. That paid big. That was a major factor. That put G2 up 2-1 in the series. They finished it in 6. And that was also Baby Falcons, too. Because once again, I'm talking about FIFA E. They know how to win now, and that's a different story.
It was FIFA E as well as the Raleigh Major. They've won a LAN, and now they've won an RLCS LAN. This is going to be a different Falcons than NRG/G2 saw back in that London 3.0. A few other interesting facts. I mean, the story for North America has been tragic since the Open era began. There are only 3 players in the history of Rocket League who have played for the title of World Champion twice without winning it.
Oh, certainly.
The original G2 squad, JNAPS, Atomic, and Chicago. Atomic had only lost his first at that time. And that JNAPS and Chicago lost their second one when they lost the first one in Season 7. And now they lost in 21-22. Atomic has now lost 2 because he lost one there, and then last year. 24? So he's getting his 3rd chance here. But North America, yet to win it. Fun fact, though, this is the first time since Season 6 where we are guaranteed to have a regional MVP win the world title with Daniel and TRK.
So basically, the #1 seeds are finally doing work here.
Finally, it's as good going as expected.
Good job, guys.
Rocket League very top heavy, I guess.
But no one expected this, right? No one expected this final. Everyone's talking about Europe and how good they are going into this event, and everyone's like, will Energy even make top 8? Because again, and I'll say it, like I picked Ninjas in Pajamas back in that round 1, game 5 overtime. Could have been completely different. We've seen so many upsets, but Energy, again, find ways to win.
I mean, that's what they do. Even going back to last year, they go to game 7, game 6. If it was for our unfortunate Mossy flip, they might win a game 7 for that one as well. They love playing on Champions Field. They don't always come out victorious, but they always do push it all the way to the limit. They swept GK right there, which is an anomaly for them. They usually don't take out teams that quick. And going up against this Falcons squad, I'm honestly expecting to go 6-7 already, because I know both of these teams can bring it to the table.
I feel like, I'm curious from all 3 of you, maybe we can start with you, Herc. Like what would it, Falcons looked so good against Karmine Corp that as this match started, I was like, I don't know if there's anything NRG can do to convince me they really have a shot. The Falcons aren't the clear favorites. Did they do enough in that sweep to convince you?
I think Yes and no, actually. I think what is missing is going to be the aggressiveness that the Falcons are going to be bringing to them. You know, at some point the Twins are going to just start open demoing on them, and that could mess with the cleanliness that we just saw against GK. Yeah. So if they can go toe for toe as far as demos, bumps, but not breaking, you know, the play style that they want to bring to the series, I think NRG actually could do it.
So when I watched Falcons K-Corp, that was the best Rocket League match I think I've ever seen. Yep. It was going to be very hard to change that. I don't think it's changed right now. I think I would still go Falcons, but Energy, if they can control the pace of play, they have a real shot.
Okay, well, we'll see if they can get it done, folks. It's time. The grand finals are next at the Rocket League World Championship. When we'll take a quick break. When we come back, it's Falcons versus NRG for the ultimate title. Stick around.
There's a reason they don't call them clean bikes, am I right? Because of dirt bike gas stations. You gotta start at the top and work your way down. How many New Year's next? Oh, you're from Oklahoma. They have to fill the silence. The bathroom code's 9914.
Aggressive can protect you from becoming your parents, but we can protect your home auto when you bundle with us.
Look at this hot rodder! Teammates here, and today I have a special unboxing from Blacklight. It's gonna be something you've never seen before. And some more. Let's get into it. Oh my gosh! Sorry. Oh my gosh. Instructions. It's a piece of art. Smooth as silk. And now for the finishing touches. Blacklight is available for you right now. Last year's PvE World Cup was unreal. Nations going head to head. The energy, the passion, it was legendary.
Was
Ey,
geht,
Lauren? Lauren,
Moin. Ja.
Was geht?
wie war heute Morgen der Live?
Was für ein Live?
Wo warst du live?
Du warst doch live.
Ach so, ja, ja. Hab ich schon vergessen.
Bro.
Und wo warst
Aber
du
ich habe
live,
das
Bro?
Video gesehen, ich habe das
Fortnite.
Video gesehen, was... Ich habe das Video gesehen, das war voll geil. Stark gemacht. Ey, diesen Shot da, wo du mich genommen hast, hast voll geil geklippt, Digga. Bro, wie kann man so gut klippen?
Ey, zockst du eigentlich auf PC jetzt?
Ich mache jetzt gerade live. Deswegen. Ich habe eben
bist du live?
Championship laufen lassen für 2 Stunden, Digga.
Ja, ich weiß.
2 Stunden lang Championship, geil.
Ja, das wird immer noch.
Okay, geil.
Ey, Bro,
Ja,
soll ich reinkommen an den Live?
kannst du machen.
Ey, bin ich auch drinne? Oi. Aber gefühlt keiner war im Live drinne, Digga. Nur ich.
Ja. Das ist, was willst du bei 32 Abonnenten erwarten?
Ja.
Leute haben 10.000 Abonnenten und trotzdem sind da nur 30 Leute oder so drin. Und ich hab grad mal
da Chris auch.
Ja, Chris hat immer so 7, durchschnittlich 7 oder so.
Oder 10.
Ja. Er kündigt halt immer voran. Das ist mein 3. Stream oder so, mein richtiger Stream.
Ja, du hast das voll geil gekriegt mit dem Short da. Wo dann diese Wand hochgegangen ist, auf einmal, Digga. Ding.
Ich bin noch nicht mehr so lange.
Was machst du denn?
Ich muss gleich auf.
Ach, du Krasse. Bro. Wieso? Zeig dich mal, Bruder.
Nein, ich bin 14, es geht niemand was an.
Außer mir. Wir haben Kopf.
Es geht
Aber Chris, ey, guck mal, wir kennen uns nur vom YouTube, aber trotzdem sind wir schon zusammen YouTube, Digga. Crazy, oder? Bruder, ich hab nur ein Like auf dem Video, Bruder. Der hat meine Videos geguckt, aber nicht.
Bin back. Was sollen wir jetzt machen?
Vielleicht sehen wir uns dann gleich im Live, wenn du so noch Zeit bisschen online bist.
Auf welcher Plattform bist du im Live? YouTube?
Ja.
Okay, ja. Sollen wir irgendwie in eine Runde reingehen? So, kein Ranked. So 2 bis 3 bis 3.
Ich kann reinmachen.
Right, Ranked zock ich nicht. Ich bin ein bisschen geiler ran. Also für 3 bis 3 ist geil, Alter.
Aber du bist voll schlecht, wie bist du denn so hoch?
Danke, Digga, danke, Alter. Nehme ich mir zu Herzen, Bro. Kann ich direkt Gruppe verlassen, dankeschön, Alter.
Bro wird in einer Sekunde aggressiv.
Ja, Bro, halt Fresse, Alter. Auf Switch bist du nicht besser, Mann.
Bruder, seit wann Türke, du?
Als Maul.
Hallo.
Das hat gerade der ganze Stream gehört, oder?
Soll das gerne hören, Digga. Ich muss dich auch beleidigen direkt, Digga.
Du hast schon Lauren wird dafür gebannt.
Ja, Digga, sorry, Lauren, aber... Musste, ja, Digga.
Ich hab grad keine Zuschauer.
Also, Alter, aber er muss nicht auch direkt sagen, dass ich scheiße bin, dann.
Ich bin ja auch nicht viel besser. Ich bin gar nicht besser. Ich bin gar nicht besser. Bro, Lucky lügt über alle Gegner durch. Ey, Juch!
Mhm. Ja,
Damn.
Digga, danke, dass ich Lucky
Guck
bin,
mal, Handy.
Alter.
Ich fühle mich gerade richtig smooth, Alter. Das fühlt sich voll komisch an, jetzt zu spielen.
Und ich fühle mich gerade richtig... Und ich fühle mich gerade richtig beleidigt von dem Bericht hier, Digga. Alter.
Ich hab auch einen Namen. Okay. Ich komme in den Live, okay? Live hier. Okay, dann bist du doch nicht. Was? Rose AFK bei mir im Stream. Tamam, gut.
Weißt du, ist der abgebrochen oder?
Hast du Lauren? Wow, stark.
Warte, ich guck mal nach.
Aber ich guck alles im Live, also alles gut.
Ja, aber wenn er nicht läuft, kann man schon irgendwas falsch machen.
Warte. Ich guck, ob er beleidigt.
Warte, was
Das
macht
sorry,
er
Lauren.
überhaupt? Alles gut. Ja, safe.
Danke.
Ich bin kurz weg.
Und geht ihr einfach so in der Runde AFK, Mann? Sorry.
Nein, das liegt an dir, mein Lieber, das Stream. Vielleicht hast du ihn auf Pause vielleicht, so ganz vielleicht.
Ach, schade.
Einfach so in der Runde auf Kamera. Hey Lauren.
Ja.
Ich mach leider, Digga, das fuckt so ab, ich schon fucking doppelt.
Boah, Digga, die fucken so ab. Mann. Ich bin Mitte. Boah, Junge, jetzt bumpt er auch noch. Dieser gelbe da, Digga, dieser gelbe Fennec bumpt die ganze Zeit, Alter. Da hat er mich schon wieder gebumpt nach Amerika, Bro. Aber Lauren kämpft gerade anders, Alter.
Ja, ich komme mit.
Roll Fake.
Bin Mitte. Bro, warum bumpen die nur? Die können nur bumpen, Bro. Mann. So bockt sich Rocket League nicht mit solchen.
Bro, bei uns klingelt am Ende so, ne?
Ah, Sarah, du bist ja auch hier stark, Alter. Ich hab dich ganz vergessen. Sorry, Digga. Hab dich ganz vergessen. Hallo, lebst du eigentlich noch? Digga. Ah, das wird unangenehm, findest du, ne?
Ich hab seit 2 Minuten keinen Boost.
Ist auch tot langweilig, ne? Ja, ich weiß halt nicht, was wir jetzt genau machen sollen, Digga. Ich sag hier, du guckst TikTok. Ja, Digga.
Nicht getatscht.
Ja. Bin rechts.
Immer besser am Ball, aber ich spiele gegen den. Krasser Schuss.
Warum verlässt der Team?
Das ist nicht.
Ja, mach halt. Hab's nicht gesehen. Nicht gehört.
Die haben alle.
Du sagst extra gerade, was ich laber, oder?
War du. Aber ich guck mal kurz in links, was auch vielleicht reingeschrieben hat in den Stream. Spielt er noch, oder?
Nein, der hat Verbindung verloren. Ich bin gerade mit seinem Bot. Na, die Ängste.
Ja, natürlich.
Warte mal, ist er noch on? Warte. Wie hieß er? Oh, Hasengerät, geil, das war.
Geh mal Lobby.
Komm, Lobby. Ich habe ihn gerade eben nicht gesehen. Wie hieß er eigentlich? Sascha Creed, ne? Das ist was.
Keine Ahnung.
Irgendwas mit Sascha Creed, glaube ich. Sascha Freak oder so. Nee, also ich sehe gerade keinen Lost Boy drauf. Galata. Erko, Emmet, Alan, Jonas, Jakub.
Mach mal 2v2 rein. Mach mal 2v2 rein oder so.
Racket?
Splitshot Wärmesucher. Keine Ahnung.
Ich mach mal 2 bis 2 normal.
Ja, wir können auch Midrange versuchen.
Nee, ich fühle mich geil, Digga. Ich fühle mich gerade irgendwie Rocket League fühle ich mich gerade tot scheiße. Gerade auch tot scheiße.
Okay.
U-Bahn-Zentrale.
Und du hast.
Welche Rang sind die? Nein, kann. Welcher Rang sind die?
Platin 2 und Gold kann ich so 3.
Ja, okay.
Gold 2 und Platin 2. Schön.
Ach, Digga.
Mal touchen. Schade.
Holla.
Passt du? Geratcht. Er geht rein.
Der.
Ja,
1-0. Nur 102. 81, ja, okay.
Der sah übelst schnell aus, der geht jetzt rein.
Nee, war eigentlich voll langsam.
Das war jetzt auch Zeitlupe.
Ja, okay.
Der sah übelst schnell aus dem Game. Also richtige Zeit. Schön. Hab ich.
Oh, der war top schnell. 110 auf 102. Da hätte ich vorhin richtig geraten.
Aber der das war ein krasser Schuss.
Danke.
Das muss ich klippen. Der war, das war so, weißt du, den Reset, den du noch hattest, das war so gegen den Ball. Das Schüssen, der finde ich richtig geil aus.
Oh nein, falsches Tor, shit. Ja, das kennt Digga, aber es ist auch so lucky, ne? Ich sehe es halt immer nicht an meiner Farbe, welches. Und guck mal, es war auch Lucky Shot Touch von dem. Also dieser Touch von mir war lucky, weil ich wusste nicht genau, welches Tor wir gerade waren. So richtig.
Ist es jetzt Twice oder ohne?
Nee, ist ohne. Ist ohne, Bro.
Okay. Okay, ich komm nicht dran, ja. Ich gehe irgendwie voll überall spielen.
Ich fühle mich gerade in dem Game gerade so lost irgendwie. Oha, oha. Mein Boost. Mann, ich dachte, ich hab ihn. Ich bump den vorne, ich bump den da vorne. Oh Mann, ich habe ihn sogar noch gebumpt, aber irgendwie hat er mich nach unten gedrückt durch.
Ja, sorry, aber
ja, egal, egal.
So ein gleichen Schuss geben, oder? Nee. Aber seine Lackierung ist irgendwie krass.
Boah, ich hasse dieses Lied, was da drin hat, dieses World's Love, Digga, ich hasse das. Der geht. Danke. Ich glaube 81, 83. Achso, der ist auch noch aufgebaut.
Du hast.
Ja.
Ich folge dich.
Oh, Alter, ich. Ach Mann. Ich dachte, ich touch ihn extra so noch ein bisschen nach unten. Ich dachte, er fliegt nicht hoch. Wo bist du? Oh shit. Kann ich den Boost haben? Egal. Egal.
Ich hab noch einen Doppelsprung gemacht, aber irgendwie bin ich auf der gleichen Stelle gewesen.
Ja, egal. Fast schon. In Mitte.
Komm auf, fall rein.
Oh Mann, ich habe ihn nicht gesehen, da hat so ein kleines K, Bro. Den sieht man gefühlt nicht. Der andere ist so XXL, der andere hat XXL-ste Baba K. Was hat der für eine Hitbox lang? Guck mal, bei ihm sieht es klar, K so klein ist, bei ihm ist auf einmal XXL.
Ja, so, weil er so eine komische Lackierung hat, die noch so einen Schatten hat.
Ja.
Deswegen sieht das größer aus.
Shit. Ja, er schießt nach Amerika.
Ja, sogar.
Und okay. Die Stadt bitte alles anders. Alles macht schwarz, Maserati geht. Oh, guck, mach ihn rein, bitte! Der war so krank, Digga. Was hab ich da gemacht, Alter? Guck mal. Das war am Ende noch so ein Touch von mir, Digga.
Du hast nochmal so einen Sprung gemacht. So einen Minisprung.
Ja, aber ich habe so einen Sprung, das war wie so ein
Wave Dash.
Ja.
Das kenne ich,
also
also
so ein Horse Dash.
Ja, Mann, der, das, und dann, das war Wave Dash, das ist eigentlich der Unterschied. Warte, chill.
Okay, ich chill. Ich habe leider zu wenig. Chill. Oh, Mann. Das macht Spaß, Maserati. Ich hab Touch nicht. Schön.
Du bist dumm.
Ich hab dir einen Boost gegeben. Plan, ich bin Mitte.
Zeig. Zeig auf jeden Fall.
Steht. Bin im Tor.
Gott. Oh mein.
Wie lucky sind die Gegner mal wieder. Egal. Nee, Digga. Ihr kommt nicht zu mir nach hinten.
Wir machen jetzt noch Tor. Ah ja, GG.
Wenn die... Ja, GG. Ich hätte gleich vergessen, dass ich kenne das crazy, Alter. Du guckst da hinten TikTok, ne? Das ist stark, Alter.
Oder kannst du Rank Time machen. Können wir versuchen. Ich habe halt nur Liga 2, deswegen. Hallo? Bist du noch da? Bin ich überhaupt noch da? Oder sind die Server disconnected? Bist du noch da? Bin ich überhaupt noch da? What the fuck? Bist du noch da?
Bin back.
Ja, Digga, ich bin jetzt im Spiel drin, ne? Du musst auch reinkommen. Falls du...
Oh shit.
Ich bin jetzt im Gruppenspiel beigetreten, oder was? Bro heißt Schwarzmann.
Oh,
nein, mir ist ein Teammate beigetreten. Mir ist ein Teammate beigetreten.
Oh ja.
Schwarzmann. Er heißt Schwarzmann und ist Champ. Champ.
Also, ich edit ihn mal, vielleicht mit der Arm.
Oh, wenn nicht, melde ich ihn einfach nur. Wegen seinem Namen. Okay.
Wenn ich alle der Milch nehme.
Aber irgendwie ja auch voll viel.
Das spielt er nicht so wie Chat.
Guck mal jetzt.
Wie ist es nochmal? Einmal vor 26, ne? Was macht das? Einmal vor 26. Einmal vor 26. Aufrufen. 8 Abonnenten, 5 Videos. Ich finde keine Rocket-Videos. Mr. Game.
Bin back.
Ich finde, irgendwie finde ich irgendwie finde ich nicht. Ich finde nicht Gamer Pro 26 auf YouTube. Wenn ich,
Profi-Game, alles zusammengeschrieben,
also
Profi-Gamer 26. Aber alles zusammengeschrieben, das findest du nicht.
Ja.
Es gibt so viele Profi-Gamer in diesem Land, Alter.
Ha.
Das ist ja
36, 26. Profi-Gamer 26. Kann man auch gucken. Ah, bist du auch live?
Ja.
Rocket League. Ja, abonniere dich direkt. Kurz. Ah, da ist der direkt der neue Short gerade eben.
So, eben kein Short gemacht.
Na, oder? Oder nee, oder nee, das ist nicht der, das ist mit Nico. Das sah so aus. Nico, oder?
Geh einfach auf meinen Kanal, dann siehst du direkt, dass ich live bin.
Ja, ich sehe es. Da. Achso, da war ich sogar dabei. Da war ich sogar dabei, geil. Mit wem war das? Mit diesem einen da, der so irgendwas gegen mich hatte, ne?
Ich sag ehrlich, dieser komische schwarze Typ, das ist krank.
Login. Ich gehe schnell kurz auf Kreis, komm gleich wieder.
Höchstens die 1 und ich habe also nicht mehr was. Der komische Schwarztyp. Geht ja. Hallo, kannst du mich hören? Hallo? Wenn du mich hören kannst, schreib mal irgendwas in den Schnellchat, also danke, guter Schuss und so weiter. Angetäuscht. Ich gehe jetzt wieder in den Gruppenkanal, weil ich live da mit einem Freund mit mir spielen will. Bist du da?
Soll ich irgendwie eine Runde anmachen?
Ich bin noch nicht Lobby. Wir machen jetzt gerade verlängert.
Achso, stimmt. Ja, stimmt, sorry.
Jetzt gerade ein Video von mir an.
Ja. Ich guck halt gerade deinen Short, vielleicht kommt es in deinem Team rein. Ich bin auf deinem Kanal, da steht auch live. Und wenn ich dann auf das draufklicke, auf dein Profil, dieses Video ist für dein Konto nicht verfügbar.
Du hast Kindersicherung.
3, nee, ist 3 bis 3. Ja, shit, egal. In 2 Minuten wären 3 bis 3 Turnier, also ich kann gerade kein Mate mehr. Also wäre bei dir irgendwie Nico oder so an?
Keine Ahnung, Digga. Ich bin. Es geht rein. Er geht rein. Ja,
Okay, wir haben 1 Minute 50 ist ein 3 bis 3 Turnier.
ich muss jetzt aufgehen, ne? Eigentlich.
Schade, ja, so.
Oder nur relativ viel geschrieben hat. Und den Typen. Ich bin jetzt auf Ciao, ne?
Ja, ciao.
Tschüss.
Ciao, ciao.